Never believe it. Okay, now it's posted. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Overdose 16. We've got Tim Maloney, as usual. Your boy, Surf. Yeah, yeah. Sean Shank doing his thing. Mr. Matt Gilman, Killer Monk. And very special guest, Ali Spagnola. Woo!
Yeah.
I wish I had the applause effect ready. So, Ali, thank you so much for guesting on the show. We really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
We're excited to have you. So who has the first question for Ali? Because I know I will have a bunch.
I have a question. I just want to know where the whole idea came from. Because, Matt brought you up, I want to say, maybe 6-7 weeks ago. And I watched a bunch of your videos, and I thought it was great.
I was drunk, mind you.
Well, do you want to explain the idea first so the viewers know what the idea is?
Yeah, so my live show doubles as a drinking game. So when I'm performing, I play 60 songs that are all 1 minute long. And every time I change the music, the audience will all drink together. So it's an interactive game. And yeah, I mean, the idea came from the fact that my shows were boring, and I wanted it to be more like a party. So I combined music and drinking, and lo and behold, it was fun.
That's brilliant. So what was your music like before you were doing the drinking party thing? What type of music would you say it is?
I was playing acoustic, kind of like girly, strummy stuff in coffee shops, stuff that you have to beg your friends to come to and put on their very important listening faces while you're performing. And
I know that feeling.
Yeah, and then I moved into some electro stuff, which more was easier to get people interested. And then of course, once you get the drinking elements, then people line up around the building to come play with you.
Oh yeah, you gotta love that stuff. Like one thing I've always, I don't know if you find it frustrating as a musician, but like you could have like music with real substance and no one will pay attention, but as soon as you have something that's kind of like catchy, or there's drinking involved, all of a sudden people will load it to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I find substance is pretty boring, and my only judgment of a song is how catchy it is. So on a catchy scale, 1 to 10 is also on the good scale, 1 to 10 to me. So I'm okay with it.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't run into many artists that feel that way. Usually the other one, they feel the opposite way because it's always all about like the sort of the martyrdom of the music. If you're not saying something huge, then it's not important. And I've talked about it in my commentaries before, but I used to hate pop music until I realized like, hey, like pop music is good in its own. It's just it's not Mozart, and that's okay. Like you like it for different reasons. So that's really cool. So how much has this whole Power Hour album thing change your life? It sounds like things are really exploding for you.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be really taking off. I'm excited about it. I'm doing it full time now, and it's a blast. I mean, it's so fun, and so I just want to keep writing it out, and hopefully I can snowball this to even something bigger.
Right on, right on. So what? I'm gonna stop asking questions. So someone else can ask a question. I'm sorry, Matt. Do you have a question?
Okay, so how often do you end up doing a Power Hour? Do you practice in your free time?
24/7.
So it's kind of, yeah, I wish I would say that. Like, I can't even remember the last time I did one. Isn't that sad? Like, when I perform them, I'm being, like the ringleader, and it takes all of my energy and time. Like, if I stop to do a shot, that's like a good 2 seconds of dead air, and in the middle of a party will actually ruin a party. So I'm just going the entire game, right? And I'm getting everyone into it and playing along musically, but I don't actually drink during my shows. I mean, after, obviously, I get blasted, but it's never a Power Hour, so I haven't done one in a really long time.
That's awesome. Have you ever done one where you are drinking and regretted it during the show?
So I'll do live stream shows, and I'll, like, drink along for those. There are some that I'll look back and watch what I recorded and be like, oh, I should probably not show my mom this. But
yeah, it's like Overdose 4 with us, right?
Yeah.
You mean 1 through 16 with me?
Yeah, exactly.
Or anyone that Gilman ends up on that lasts over 2 hours.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that one.
Ali, what Tim and them are referring to is our 4th episode. We all did Edward 40 hands and drank 2 40s,
nice.
and it just
It was awesome.
it sounded like a good idea. Turns out, not such a good idea.
That's
Oh, it was
actually the
great.
title of my second track on the album. It sounds like a good idea, but it's not.
That's so cool. So where can people get your album?
PowerHourAlbum.com. It's right there.
Right on. And is it available on iTunes or anything else?
Yes, and Spotify and, I don't know, all the other things that you
Spotify.
can possibly get music from.
But why would you want to buy it anywhere else? You buy it from there, you get the shot glass, you get the lanyard, and you get the on your little thing.
USB.
The USB.
USB.
Yeah, exactly. You get the high quality tracks and my unending love. Why would you not want that?
Exactly. Plus, it's got new packaging.
Oh, it does. Yeah, I just ordered the new
What?
packaging.
New
You paid
packaging?
attention,
Tell me
man.
more.
I like you
Tell me
paying attention.
more.
So I only have one question. Can we have like a little sample? Can we do like 3 to 5 minutes and try to kind of feel this?
Do that. You gonna drink along?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I have. By the way, I have Goose Island 312, guys.
I need to get a
Ooh.
shot
I'll get
glass.
back to you guys.
I've got Sapporo, and I had to go to 3 liquor stores to fucking get it, which was annoying.
Well, I was actually gonna get when I was helping my buddy test drive cars. I was actually I was gonna go get Portillo's, but I wasn't gonna make it back in time. So I was gonna be like, guys, I came all the way from Chicago. I got some Portillo's, but I decided that was gonna take too long anyway to go.
Hey, you know what? I would have been totally pissed at you because, Surf did that last week, got my juices flowing, and, I didn't get these fucking Portillos. I'm
So
still
let me
hurt by that.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
clarify for our viewers who don't know. So, what Allie has is a whole package you can buy, and it totally sounds like we're peddling the merchandise because we're sponsored, but that's not the case. We really just love her product. It's a shot glass that's also a lanyard, so you can wear it around your fucking neck, and it's got a USB with her whole album on it. I can't speak. I've had 2 beers, and it sounds like I'm drunk. Her whole album, but each song is 1 minute long, and you play Power Hour and you drink. So that's what we're talking about, in case you didn't know.
And I already spilled.
I didn't know you were gonna play for us. That's exciting.
Oh, is that not what you
Sure,
wanted? I can shut up if you don't want that.
No. Live music's even better. That's awesome. Very
Yeah,
cool.
but this will be the
I
first
don't know.
time.
You should withhold your judgment, and we'll see if live music is actually better.
Okay,
I'm
withholding
ready.
judgment. Officially withholding judgment.
I'm gonna pop my second beer just in case it carries over from the first.
Is everybody ready?
Well, hold on. Let me do the same thing.
Hold on, let me take off my pants and get comfortable.
All right. While they're taking off the pants and getting comfortable, let me ask you this, Allie. What was your day job before you started doing this full time?
I was a lead artist at a video game company, so I
Oh,
did
that
like
is
graphics
awesome.
and animations.
What? That's awesome. And how are there 2
Double
Gilmans in the chat right now? What just happened?
Gilman's multiplied. Holy shit!
Multiplicity.
I
Call the fire
I
department.
spilled beer all over my keyboard and
So, Allie, are you a
Multiplied.
gamer too?
I made games. I don't have time for much gaming anymore, so it's kind of sad. But I don't like to call myself a gamer. I'm not that cool.
I know that feeling. Like, it's funny because half of my channel is gaming, and I play games for like maybe 4 hours a week if I'm lucky. So
Okay, Ellie, I'm a gamer and I'm not cool, so don't feel bad. So,
You are in an elite club that I can't be a part of.
yes, no, I'm just in an elite club that nobody wants to be a part of. So,
hey, Double Gilman, are you guys ready? Oh,
He's
there's
gone.
Sarah.
There he goes.
That was so bizarre.
Alrighty.
Everyone's ready?
That's Gilman shitting
drinking?
his sober skin.
Okay.
All right,
All
I'll
right.
start.
Whenever you're ready, Miss Spagnola.
All right, I'm gonna start with the one that we talked about earlier, called "It Sounds Like a Good Idea." It sounds like a good idea, but it's not. Take off your pants and climb that sculpture. Crush your can with your head and yell at the bouncer. Punch a wall and sleep at a frat. Race a bus and shave the cat. It sounds like a good idea, but it's not. Pass out in a bush and attempt to fly. Pee on the lawn, make out with that guy. Give your friend a mullet and flush your cell phone. Chat with a cop or wear a construction cone. It sounds like a good idea, but it's not. Drink.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, shot. Yeah, that usually in between songs, people will chant, oh, shot. As you see, I'm bad at pointing.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Oh,
Actually,
that's so rad.
there's another group of podcasters that like to do ding dong in between. I don't know. I've got a bunch of sound effects that I use now.
That just sounds like a bad idea on our show.
Ding dong.
Sean.
Sorry.
How long? Okay, let me ask you one question between the songs then.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm asking. I'm question whoring, guys. I'm sorry. If you have questions, feel free to ask.
60 seconds. It's every minute, Joe.
Every minute. I know, and I'm
When I
screwing
do
up.
my live streams, it's usually I'll talk for a minute and then play a song for a minute. So you still drink. You drink before the song and after the song,
So it's like,
and so then I can at least interact
so
some.
if you do all
Otherwise, it's like
60
rapid fire
songs.
songs.
I was gonna say, so if you do all 60 songs and you do a minute talking, that's like 120 shots.
Right. So I usually only do 30 songs per show.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. And like, I enjoy the song so much, I drink during it. It encourages me to drink during the song. So it's like double.
Yeah, there's a song about that too. I'll do that next.
Okay, well go ahead and do that song. I won't babble anymore.
No, it's fine. All right. It's called "The Minute's Not Up." Actually, there's no guitar in it. I'm drinking even though the minute's not up. To all the people that are too tough for this game, don't get bored and don't you be ashamed. Well, I'm drinking even though the minute's not up. 2 shots, maybe 3 or 4. 1 a minute doesn't work for you anymore. I'm drinking even though the minute's not up. You've done a superpower half hour and an ultra power quarter hour. Well, I'm drinking even though the minute's not up.
Oh, shot!
Dude, I need to get the Google effects ready. Where are the fucking applause? I'm so sorry.
Wait, all right.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting there. So how long did it take you to make this album?
I worked on it, including like designing the whole shot glass and getting it manufactured and everything. It was about 1.5 years.
Wow.
And let
So
me
do
ask
you
you
make-
this. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you make all your own songs, or do you get inspired by other people? Do people send in songs, and then you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, I want to add that on my track, or how does it work?
So when I was making it, I was not very like public about it. I wasn't like tweeting or whatever, being social. It was just sort of like I was in creation mode. So it was all inspired by my college experiences and my drunken friends, which was awesome. But now that I mean like I'm really active on Twitter, people are always like sending me song ideas and stuff, and I do take note of that, and like I plan on putting out like an expansion pack to the game, which would be another 40
Nice. Some
songs to
DLC.
make it a Centurion. Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's I had one other question and it flew out of my stupid brain. Wait, here's applause.
Thank you. It felt very genuine.
Gilman, do you have any questions? Because you're the super fanboy that turned us all on to Allie.
I keep drinking and I'm trying to think of stuff, but you keep asking all the questions I was gonna ask. So
I'm sorry.
Womp womp.
It's a catch-22. It's a good and a bad thing. Okay, well let's also briefly explain to our viewers. So what happened with the term Power Hour and the whole lawsuit thing? Because I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, fascinating.
I'm sure it wasn't for you.
Wait, what happened? I don't even know about that.
Yeah, well, I had an album out originally that was just sort of like an acoustic kind of thing, and I was just playing live shows. You know, I wasn't too serious about all of this. And this guy trademarked the term Power Hour and then said, you can't play your shows anymore and take your website offline and, you know, stop playing Power Hours. That it belongs to me. And I said, no, you're a stupid crap face. And I took him to court. And it took me 3 years and $30,000 of legal fees. But now his trademark has been revoked, and everyone is free to now play Power Hours again.
Woo! Wow!
I'm going to start making Power Hour at lunch at work every day.
Good, perfect. America.
I think that's totally crazy, and like, good for you for taking that on. Like, the other thing too is like, the thing that inspires me about the whole thing is, viewers know, but Allie, I doubt that you do. But my wife and I own a dance and music studio, and it was a whole process to open the place. And so, when I see something like someone like you who's taking the initiative to not only create something, but then go and manufacture a product, like what was that like? I mean, did you have to find funding? I mean, I just can't imagine approaching that problem and trying to be able to solve it.
Yeah, I mean, looking back now, I feel like, wow, I probably should have like used Kickstarter for my shot glass USB. But no, I mean, at the time it was, you know, fully funded by me. The legal fees were actually helped a little bit because the story blew up on Reddit, so I got a lot of donations because of that, which was cool. I raised about $5,000 through that, so at least helped a bit with the legal fees, which was nice.
That's crazy. And so, like, in the process of manufactured, like, how like the whole thing is designed with the USB in it. So did you design that yourself, or did you have to meet with engineers, or how did that work?
No, no, that was all me. Drew it up on all the plans and stuff, and like working directly with the factory to make it happen. It's pretty cool.
No shit. I mean, and that makes sense if your background is your background's in design, right? If that's what you were doing at the company.
Yeah, graphic design. I was actually an art major. I majored in sculpture, so I guess it's like, yeah, making things in 3 dimensions. So I guess that counts.
So for you, that sort of thing was like a piece of cake.
I don't know about a piece of cake. It was a lot of Googling and figuring it out as I went along, which is why it took me a while. But you know, figured it out.
I do have a question. Are you allowed in Detroit yet? I mean, in Michigan yet? Or is it
Actually, no. I think technically my concert cannot be performed in Michigan. I'd have to call it something else and not at all mention drinking games, so I'd basically have to lie about what the show was about. But then I could play in Michigan.
So why are you banned from Michigan?
Because I'm terrifying.
She's the devil, damn it! Can't you tell?
If you don't want to divulge, you don't have to.
No.
There's a YouTube video she posted about it.
Yeah.
I saw the YouTube video. I saw the title, but I haven't actually seen the video.
Yeah, so, I mean, I went to go play a show in Michigan, and it was not affiliated with the university, but the university took it upon themselves to not let me perform in their town and to get me kicked out of like 4 different venues, to the point of where I couldn't even just like have a social party, not even a concert, and they had just shut everything down. Tried to stop me from even sleeping in their town, which was ridiculous. And so I ended up just hanging out in their town for the evening as opposed to like playing my show and then going back home.
Wah, wah,
That's why they're bankrupt. Like, they only let you sing about drinking. That must generate so much revenue. But he's like, no.
I love that deduction. Detroit is bankrupt because they denied Ali Spagnola. That's awesome.
Well, it wasn't Detroit, although I feel like I probably couldn't play in Detroit either. It was a state law. The state police got involved. It was a state liquor control board that was like getting me in trouble. So yeah, I probably would have some trouble.
If only RoboCop was there.
Yeah, really.
Right on, right on.
I imagine RoboCop is like Bender, so he would love drinking.
Yes. Fueled off of beer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, who isn't?
Well, do you want to do it for us, Allie?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little there. What'd you say?
I said, do you want to do another one for us?
Oh yeah, sure. How about drunk dialing?
Find out my
It's
first
1
Wi-Fi.
a.m. and I've got the best idea I've had in a while. I finished my shot and reached for my pocket. It's time to drunken dial. I'm looking through my dial calls the next morning, and I have found I made a couple calls to the number 711111 pounds, and then of course I called my boss. But I had the phone upside down, so it didn't end with job loss, because I'm drunk dialing you. You're surprised when you make it through the night without a ring at home. That's only because I thought my digital camera was my phone. My phone's really at the bottom of a beer. Too bad, because I had to say I wish you were here. And what are you wearing? Because I'm drunk dialing, drunk dialing, drunk dialing, drunk dialing, drunk dialing, drunk dialing you.
Oh, shot.
Who shot?
Oh, drink.
That is fantastic. Awesome, awesome. So you mentioned earlier that you're hoping that this might it might snowball into something else. What is that future vision? Is it just releasing albums of your own merit, the stuff that you really want to sing and play about, or what?
Yeah, I hope it helps me just get an audience that's interested in the new art that I'm making, whether it's more music or YouTube videos or whatever. I just enjoy the freedom to create stuff that people will pay attention to.
Right on. That's very, very cool. I mean, it sounds funny, but the thing I can relate to about that is like I've grown up as a musician, so that was always sort of like my identity. But when I started doing YouTube, it was the realization that like, fuck, man, like I enjoy creating stuff, like you said, like that process of creating is just really fun. So it is cool to have an audience, and it seems like you're doing really well on YouTube too. How active are you on YouTube?
I try to be active. I've been a little lax lately because I've been busy setting up my tour and everything, but I'm trying to get onto the once a week schedule that normal YouTubers do. So Look for
You're
that. I
coming to
think it'll probably
Arizona?
be Thursdays.
Right on,
Yeah,
right
to
on.
Arizona?
Arizona. Yeah, I am traveling across the whole of U.S. for 2 months. It should be like about 30 dates, so I will aim for Arizona as well.
Now, is this your second tour, or is this your? Or,
Yeah, I was touring last year, and it was about 15 dates, so nothing too big. I was like basically flying everywhere by myself on the weekends. But now this is like legit, bussing it or driving it with my drummer and then hitting as many places as we can. So it should be cool.
Right on.
Gotta go to Orange County too.
So, yeah, the drinkers down there, over there.
Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of. I mean, I'm here, so.
Just go see
Just be
Gomez.
mad. Fist pumping.
He's a one-man concert, so don't worry about it.
So is it just you and your drummer?
Right now, yeah. Actually, some of the dates will just be me. Most of the time, I've performed by myself. In Pittsburgh, I have a band, although it's rare that I actually play in my hometown anymore.
Is that your hometown, Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Right on, right on.
I currently am.
Well, that's super cool. I mean, I've done the attempt at the indie tour thing, and it's not easy. So congrats. That's a really cool thing. How do you like being on the road?
It's all right. I'm getting better at it. I hate packing. My goodness, I have to do that right now. I'm headed to Vegas, and I need to pack tonight. I got 2 shows at the Rio coming up this weekend.
Oh, is that
So
next?
don't remind me. Yeah, it's this weekend.
Shit.
It's got to be
It's like
totally
going
way
to
harder as a
Vegas.
girl being on tour because girls need shit. The guys are like,
are hard to pack or whatever. What?
yeah, with guys it's like throw a shirt on, do one of these in the mirror, and that's it. I mean that's pretty much the extent of what we require.
I guess I am pretty high maintenance.
That's funny.
I was gonna try and go to DEF CON.
So,
You
where are you going to be on this 30-city tour?
The dates are not set. Actually, just today I signed my contract with an actual booking agency. So now I'm on the roster, and we are working this all out. But I'm very excited about that.
So
So-
this agency is going to help you book more shows?
Yeah. Well, they're taking charge of all the logistics part of it, which is really cool because although I can tackle the business end of things as I have until now in my career, I would rather be doing the creative stuff. So now I have more time for that, which is awesome.
Right on.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, congratulations on all your success. We're very excited for you. So, woo! Cool stuff.
I'm also psyched.
All right. Well, before we branch into some topics, I know that you have to get going soon, Allie. Do you mind doing one more before we go?
Sure.
Yay.
Trying to think. How about drunk running? Drunk
Great.
running.
My favorite.
Ooh, drunk running. You hardly realize you're doing it. Drunk running. Ooh, drunk running. What a painless way to get fit. Drunk running. Ooh, drunk running. Nothing about it is illegal. Drunk running. Ooh, drunk running. Just try your best not to fall. It's the best way to get where you're going. And of course, it's so much fun. If this were a race, I would definitely be ahead. I should probably enter a decathlon wasted. Drunk running, ooh, drunk running. You hardly realize you're doing it. Drunk running, ooh, drunk running. What a painless way to get fit.
Ooh,
Shot! Ooh, shot! Well, any more questions for Allie, guys, before she has to take off?
Can we have her every week?
Yeah, you're awesome. You're like the coolest chick I've ever
I would
met.
like
Thank
a
you.
15-minute spot or even a 5-minute spot in the show where we just do like 5
You have to do
back-to-back.
liquor, though. I mean, if we're only doing 5 minutes, you better be pounding those tequila.
Oh,
that
yeah, for
happened.
real.
That
That's
happened.
I don't think there's been a show we haven't did liquor. Or I have. Well, yeah.
doable.
All right, I'm impressed. Sounds like an overdose.
You're welcome to come on anytime and serenade us, and we will drink to your beautiful music. And again, congratulations on everything you're doing. It's an awesome story, and I'm so glad that we were able to share it here with all of our viewers. So thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are fun.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
Yay, Allie! Wait, we
Bye,
have
Allie.
claps
See
again.
you guys.
Real clap.
Mwah. Dude, Allie's cool as shit.
Yeah,
That's
she
cool as fuck, man.
I think I was
pretty
I feel like we
starstruck.
all need to make our own songs and perform them live next week.
I'm sorry I was such a conversation hog. I was just so excited. Like it's rare that I get to talk to other musicians and like know the business and know what it's like and shit. So it was cool.
No, it worked out. You asked like questions I would have asked too, so worked out.
Dude, I kind of feel like a douchebag now because I'm like, fuck, Matt
Don't
was
worry about
the
it.
guy who brought her on or whatever, or like, you know, exposed me to her. But I'm like a little kid at Christmas, you know. Can't help it.
Now I want to go to DEF CON, although that's Friday. It's like a 4-hour drive.
Friday. I gotta take a piss, so.
Yo, man, you're single and you have a car. There's no reason why you shouldn't go.
Like that logic. You're single and you have a car. There's no reason you shouldn't go.
Yeah, but I don't know what time the concert. I mean, I don't know when the concert starts. I don't know. It's like at least 4 hours without traffic.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. It was interesting. It was different. Like I said, I watched a lot of her videos today, and I thought it was cool. I really did. I thought it was different. I thought she's creative. I thought she was funny. You know. I mean, I think on the YouTube site she has all 60 of the songs. So.
That's gotta be rough though, having to like make, because once you get in demand and they want a new CD like every, you know, X amount of days, you're just like, fuck, you gotta make a new song every day.
Well, you know, every song of hers is 1 minute long. So basically, go ahead.
She has other albums too.
I think it's cool. It's nice of her to come on.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Why don't we talk?
I think I was starstruck. I think that was.
You're all red, Gilman. What the fuck?
I'm always red.
I think it's funny because most of the time I don't even know like who's coming on, and I kind of like, have a grasp, and it's like, oh my god, it's so starstruck. But it's like, I like didn't even know who Keemstar was until like Joe mentioned Keemstar. So.
Why don't we talk about the what is it? The Chromecast?
Oh sure.
While Surf is, you know, relieving himself. I
Do you
know.
have any
Matt, you
questions
have.
about it?
I know
First,
you have one. Go ahead.
say, do you have any questions about it first?
No, just kind of
Any
tell us
answer
what it does.
I know nothing about it.
So if you plug it into your TV and like if you have either the wall outlet or like a USB port on your TV to give it power, and then it connects to your wireless network, and you connect you connect your PC, tablet, phone, whatever you want pretty much to the network, and get the Chromecast extension for Chrome, and you can pretty much share whatever you want on the TV. I mean, I could share this Hangout on my TV if I wanted.
That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty sweet, and it's got like Netflix, Google Play. There's one other one on there. I forget right now. YouTube.
But they're going to be adding a lot of stuff to it, right?
Yeah, they made it so you can develop like apps for it and stuff. I know they already like hacked it a little bit. Some guys got like a Game Boy emulator running on it. It's a mix between Android and the Chrome TV. So they're saying, or Google TV. So they're saying possibly it could be like a Google TV stick instead of the huge thing, like the whole Google TV. So I'm looking forward to what people are gonna do with it.
And the nice part, it's only a $35 price point, you know, so that's fucking super cheap.
Yeah, definitely. Compared to like an Xbox or like a Blu-ray player.
Exactly.
Unless I guess you have a smart TV that already does everything, but.
So wait, now, do you have to have Wi-Fi in order for it to work, or does it have Wi-Fi built into the card thing?
You have to have Wi-Fi.
So I've got like a TV that's like well, it doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I guess I just answered.
No.
Not the Chromecast has. You need like a Wi-Fi router. The Chromecast connects to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's what I was asking. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear.
It plugs
Okay,
into
cool.
it plugs into the USB of your TV, Surf, which I know your TV has a USB.
Right, yeah, it definitely does.
Well, it plugs into HDMI, and then you plug it into the USB for power.
Okay.
To give it power. Here, let me grab it.
I've been in this dilemma because I haven't had a ton of gameplays up on the channel. Well, that's not true. I've had gameplays up on the channel, but I haven't myself had a reserve of gameplays because I moved my Xbox from downstairs in the basement here upstairs so I could play Legos in bed with my wife, which is not a metaphor for tickle the pickle. But
I was gonna say.
but we have this PS3 that Shank just gave us, and so, but I don't have any Legos video games for it. So I'm torn between, do I fix my old Xbox and pay 40 or $50 to get rid of the red ring or whatever it is, or should I get something like Google Chromecast where I could have Netflix and whatever else? But then it's just like, oh, well, I'll just hook up the PS3. So I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's like
I
the
just need
size
to
of a
get-
shot glass almost, thinner.
Oh, nice.
Just plugs into the HDMI port. A USB comes out the back. So just plug it in. It's really
Right on, dude. Very
set
cool.
up.
Maybe I'll think about getting one of those.
That's cool.
Good shit, motherfucker.
Go Google.
Well, you guys want to talk about Derrick Rose?
Sure.
If you want.
What's that?
If you want to.
Sure, if you want.
I mean, he's ready. He's ready to go.
He's ready. Well, we're talking about the other day. They interviewed him and they asked him who currently is the best player in the NBA, and he said Derrick Rose. So I mean, mentally, it seems like he's where he needs to be. You know, he's ready to take it full force this coming season and push it into the playoffs. Hopefully that the whole team will be healthy and not just him.
I feel like there's a slew of people that are going to be like, oh, he's so arrogant. But if you watch the interview, I feel like he's just being confident. He's not being cocky about it at all. It sounds like he's just sort of calm and assertive, and it doesn't sound arrogant, at least to me. I mean, and I'm pretty in tune with that sort of thing because I hate fucking arrogant people. But yeah, it seems like he's ready to go, man.
No, I agree. I know that. I mean, he's mentally tough, and he's gotten to work on certain things. When you're an athlete and you get injured, you have to work on your mental game, and you can't do anything physical. And then he's only worked on his shooting for the past 6 months. So if you can imagine, at least his free throws have advanced, and if he's healthy the whole season, and if the Bulls are who they say they are, that's a Bears reference. But they are who they said they were. That's the Cardinals coach after the Bears beat the shit out of them a few years, like 4 or 5 years ago. But I mean, I think Rose, if he brings his game, man, there's just no stopping us. We made some good moves over the off season, and all in all, getting rid of the people that are just like salary cap hogs like Hamilton, like we'll get our shit together.
I agree. I mean, I think that look at what they did this year without Rose and a fucking beat up team. I mean, Dang didn't play. Noah was semi-injured. Like people throwing up on the sidelines. And yeah, they won the first round, and yeah, they lost the second round, but they still beat Miami in Game 1. They beat the defending champs in Game 1, and they pushed them a couple of the games too. Without having a real superstar, because without Derrick Rose, the Bulls aren't sitting on a superstar. There's nobody there. Luol Deng, and we'll see what Noah does in the next couple of years, but you're not talking Hall of Famers either. When you look at friggin' Dwayne Wade or fucking LeBron James, those are guaranteed Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Chris Bosh is a Hall of Famer.
I mean, if Derrick Rose really takes his game to the next level, which I think he could mature, not saying that Scottie Pippen doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but Jordan made him. Derrick Rose could easily make Dang or Noah a Hall of Famer if they just step their game up, win a few championships.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Pippen wouldn't be who he was without Jordan. You take Jordan out of the equation, Pippen would still be a good player, but he wouldn't be a great player. He wouldn't be considered in the NBA's top 50 players. When you play with the best, you become better.
Well, they had that team synergy at the time.
It's so funny that you said synergy, because I've wondered that a lot about Chicago. If you notice, when Chicago gets good at a sport, they become the best at it, and then they fade into obscurity very quickly. But for the time that they're doing it, it seems like with Michael Jordan at least, I just feel like all of it was this sort of synergy. Like, it wasn't just his skill, it was his attitude too towards the game. Because you look at guys like LeBron, and they really soak up the attention. They really soak up the spotlight, and they let it be known how they feel about themselves and about their skill set. Whereas a guy like Michael Jordan, it's like, even if he wasn't playing in the NBA, he'd still be playing pickup games. You know what I mean? Like, he's just that guy. And I think that's what it takes to become like a legend in anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, ego can get in the way. I mean, Jordan had a really good ego, but I mean, when he said he wouldn't lose a game, it's shown in the statistics. Like he's like, I'm never losing to that team again, and in the playoffs they just never did. And it's just strange that that happened. He just said it, and it was just truth. And then there's things like, you know, not to keep harping on the Heat because they've done very well, and I know that they're hard workers, but, you know, if you see LeBron is just so egotistical that, you know, the way that he presents himself and the way that he is selfish on the court and then kind of, like, doesn't have the balls to make up for a game that's close towards the end. Like, he put a real pressure on Bosch, and Bosch just completely crumbled because Bosch is used to stepping up, and when there's no time to step up, Bosch just kind of just he had like a 1 for 10 game, and he just like looked like a little baby in the.
He looks like an alien.
Room. And he looks like a raptor alien. He's gonna.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, I have nothing of any real substance to say about sports because I don't follow them at all. I mean, really not since the mid-90s have I followed sports. But the thing that, like what you mentioned about Jordan, that I think is true though is it's a difference between cockiness and confidence. You know, when he said I'm not going to lose to another team, it was a determination. He was determined not to let that happen. It wasn't like a declaration in that like I'm proclaiming the greatness of Michael Jordan. It was, hey, like I'm going to train harder, better, faster, or whatever I have to do to make sure I don't make the same mistakes that allow them the opportunities to win the game the way they did. I think those are two different things, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about girls, instead of saying they aren't interested, just ignoring you. I mean, I've been dealing with that for almost, 30 years.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Girls, instead of saying they aren't interested, just ignoring you.
Passive aggressive.
You know, it's just like, hey, how you doing today? And they just walk past you. You know,
It's like,
can I buy you a beer? You want to suck my dick? I mean, you know, they just ignore you. I mean, it's just like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Did I do something to offend you? Are you gonna tell me what I did? What the fuck?
I'm sorry I'm breathing the same air as you, bitch.
I don't get that shit, and it's people of no substance either. Because if you're relying on your looks, I just saw an episode of 30 Rock last night where like there's this hot girl on the show, and there's this guy who's a real asshole, and he talks to her like a total asshole, and she's like, she looks at him, she's like, you just talked to me like I'm ugly. It's like she was totally blown away that she was responded to that way, and it's like, yeah, some people have that air about them, right?
Yep. Oh, I'm hot. My shit don't stink. Yeah, whatever, bitch.
Yeah, fuck you. See how much hotness pays the bills in fucking 10 years, you know?
Smells like fish tacos.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with swag. I don't give a fuck you have swag. See if swag is paying the bills in fucking 10 years, you douchebag.
Fucking.
Swag's too expensive.
Yeah, but like,
Wait. What you saying about swag?
pop that collar.
This
My
coming,
color
this coming from a guy who doesn't wear a shirt half the time.
Well, I finally could afford one, so I got one.
Dude, if it wasn't like a meat locker down in my basement, I would be shirtless most of the time.
Dude, I come to your fucking place, I have to put more clothes on.
It's ridiculous, right? And the instant your feet touch the fucking floor, they start to freeze.
It is. It's like I fucking get over there, and I mean, he described it perfectly. I told him last time I was there, I was like, dude, it's like a fucking meat locker. I feel like I'm being fucking frozen to be eaten.
That's the thing, is that like it's not like you walk down and it's instant shivers. It's very subtle. You know, it just really starts to wear you down until you're like, I can't feel my extremities.
I just get home from work and just take everything off.
That's
Like in
awesome
California.
in California, though.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Next time you're here, go to friggin' Surf's basement. You'll be putting shit on, I guarantee it.
We'll see about that.
Dude, it's ridiculous. Like,
It's like 32
and I do
degrees.
all of my work down here. Like, all of my fucking... That was a little bit of a burp. You ever burp? You go to burp and a little vomit comes up?
I love
That
those.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I have 3 shot glasses of those filled behind me. But Ellie's still not singing.
Wait, when you burp, you actually let it come out and you just spit it into a shot glass? That's
Right, the shot
disgusting.
glass, yeah.
Just leaves them around the house
I
for
freeze
later.
them.
That's as shameless as you.
I have a freezer full of them. I'll show
Dude,
you
I'm excited to
tomorrow.
go. I'm excited to go see your house tomorrow.
Once you get here, you won't be too excited. And there's Tim. Welcome with his shirt.
Sure, it's off.
So I'm going to Shank's house tomorrow, everybody, because it's his birthday.
I've never been.
You're invited, Tim.
I've never been either.
Well,
You're invited, Matt.
40th, Shank.
Thank you.
You're invited, Tim. You're invited, man.
You guys are more invited to come. Anytime you're here, you can come hang out at my
I'm actually
one-bedroom
coming back
apartment.
I'm coming back in September for a solid week, so
No
we'll have
shit.
to hit up Splinters or that taco thing you keep talking about.
That's Splinters.
Man. Every fucking week, man. That's how we do it. And then every fucking week, okay, let me talk about this on the show because this aggravates me, and Sean knows about it. But let me ask the other guys their opinion on this. Every week, Shank and I go to this place, Splinters, because it's dollar beers and dollar tacos. The entire principle, the entire reason that we get together on Thursdays is because everything is $1. Okay?
No, just wait. Not everything's $1. $1 beers, $1 tacos. The rest of their menu is still full price.
Still full price.
And it's draft beer.
And what beer is it?
Draft.
It's like
draft.
Yeah,
it's like Miller High Life
all
Light?
draft economy beers. So like Miller Lite, Bud Light, that sort of thing. Coors Light, whatever. And so each and every fucking week.
Wait, I got a question. Are we doing shots or are we stripping naked? I missed that fucking.
Let's do shirtless, whatever. I'm too white. To fucking.
I just took off my shirt and my pants, just cause.
You were wearing pants?
I just got back.
I like how on this show there's no expectation for pants anymore.
I haven't wore pants a single episode.
Next episode, we should just wear a tie and absolutely nothing else.
I would, but my kids are here, and that would fucking.
I'm just gonna get a mop with a fake wig on it, going up and down the whole time to make it appear as if I'm getting head. But what the fuck were we talking about? I totally fucking forgot. Shank's house.
Tacos. How you hate tacos?
We were talking about dollar tacos.
So, anyways,
either that or Hallmark holidays.
Don't get me going on Hallmark holidays.
Every week, we go and get these dollar beers and tacos. And every week, without fail, my wife asks me for this like $10 salad on the menu. And I told her, I don't care if it's Wednesday or Friday, but if it's Thursday and we're going there for $1 tacos, $1 beers, no. The answer is no. We got the bill one time, and like the bill's always like $20, something like that.
No, it's less than that. It's like It's less than $15.
Yeah, and one week we were splitting the bill up, and I had Jamie's thing, and it was like her one salad is as much as my entire half of the bill. And so I argue this with her every week, and now she's to the point where she's heard about it. She's like, you just don't want to give me the salad. You don't want to do nice things for me. And I'm like, that's not it. Like, I'll do nice things for you, but on Wednesday or Friday. I go there on Thursday because it's cheap, and you're fucking ruining my plan.
You can have a $10 salad. I'm gonna have 10 beers.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, he can have 5 beers and 5 tacos and still be cheaper.
Right. That's the whole point. So she disagrees with me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
You're better off going and getting the famous Cobb salad at Portillo's. It's like $7.
I was gonna say, McDonald's has a side salad for $1.
You get 10 side salads.
I just keep telling her, I'm like, I'm gonna get 5 hard shell tacos and just crumble them up, and that's gonna be your fucking salad.
You'll make her a salad with the.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get you 5 $1 tacos, and it'd still be half the price of the fucking salad that you're getting. It'd be twice as big.
Exactly, it would be.
That's funny. All right, let's talk about something else. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm looking at the topic list here, and I see that there's a new Star Wars coming out. Who knows something about that?
Well, they said I was reading about that too, and they were talking about how the guy who's doing it says the characters and the character development is more important than the special effects. I totally disagree. I mean, I think with how we advanced since the first Star Wars and the way, computer animation and, with the computers these days, the fucking special effects are just as important as anything else. If you're going to give me the same special effects that I got in 1976, 76, or 79 when the first Star Wars came out, I might as well just fucking watch that.
Well, I think it's implied that the effects will be better. I think that's what they're talking about, is that, technology has come so far that even dog shit effects companies are still getting by with something reasonable. I guess, well, that's not totally true. There's some movies you see where that's what's passing. But I like that they're focusing on the character development because hopefully it won't be a piece of dog shit.
But it's Star Wars. The fact is, it's good to focus on the character development, but you still have to have the special effects. If I want to fucking see shitty special effects, I'll fucking put on Star Trek.
What's that?
Sorry, Tim is giving his 2 cents with his asshole.
Wait, what?
Tim, what do you think about this Star Wars?
I mean, I've been commenting the whole time. It just hasn't come out of my mouth. But I mean, the first 3 Star Wars were epic, and it was all about character development. This all goes back to movies from the 90s. Everything had beautiful, creative character development. It made you really care about the characters. Now everything, I blame Michael Bay But everything is just, it's like, fuck, like, we can't get a good story, so let's just do really cool special effects and make people get really distracted. So they have, like, scenes where, like, you literally don't know what's going on, and there's just shit exploding, like, shit's firing off, and then you tend to just forget about, like, the past half hour of the character development, or the lack thereof. So it's like, the prequel of the first three, like, they're cool to go see once, but, like, honestly, like, I haven't seen them since, so. I know they had the new ones. What this is that the 7th one? Are they doing?
It's the 7th one.
This could be the 7th one, right after Return
So-
of the Jedi.
I mean, I'll go see it once, but until they start to get their act together, I know CGI is by far essential into something like that now, but when it comes down to it, the story is just so flat. I don't even know what to say. Like even the first one was like okay, but then like the second and third one was extremely flat, in my opinion.
What do you think, Monk?
First three we don't talk about. And then
You mean
4,
the
5, and
prequel three?
6. Yeah,
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
The newer ones.
And then 4, 5, and 6 were fantastic. Although, he did the whole thing where not Han. Han gets shot at first in the bar from under the table.
Mm-hmm.
When clearly Han just shoots first and kills the guy. That was added in, I think, the second release, the special edition or whatever.
I heard that all that shit was added because they shot those movies at a time when all the producers said no one wants to see more than an hour and 40 minutes of film, and so a lot of shit was cut out.
Well, it's like, how does the alien guy miss from under a table, like at a bar?
Yeah, at point blank range.
Yeah.
In the future, where lasers probably have some sort of like.
Hey, Matt, if he drinks like us, he could be fucking point blank range and fucking miss.
No, man, that steadies my hand.
See, I agree that the character development has to absolutely be there. I feel like the CGI by default is going to be there. That they're talking about in the article, they're going to do a mix of like traditional special effects, like what you see in Jurassic Park with plastic rubber shit, and then like actual CGI. When you look at some movies, like okay, for instance, like we talked about it a couple episodes ago, but I just saw Pacific Rim, and it's like almost all CGI, and it's cool for that reason, but it's a type of movie that I would only watch in a theater. Even on my 55-inch television with the lights off and the surround sound on, it's still not that cool to watch. And the story just doesn't make you want to watch it more than
What if I was giving you a hand job?
See, but it's just different tastes, though, and that would help out. The HJ would definitely make it different. But, Sean, do you find that you dig action movies in general, even if there's not much of a plot? You like them for the action?
I like action movies, but I mean, I think character development is important, and it really matters because, if you got some of the action movies, like let's say, like the Fast and the Furious, okay, they did the character development movies and movies ago. Now it's just about the fucking special effects,
Right.
Like when I saw Fast 6, all the characters on there, yeah, they introduce someone new that you don't care about and they get killed. Who cares? But I mean, your main stars have all been introduced. You know them from the first, and if not, they were released in the last movie. So now it's about how much shit you're going to blow up.
Yeah, I find that I can take those movies for what they are, but they don't inspire me. They don't do anything for me. I feel like even despite having 6 titles, whatever, there should still be a continuum of growth. Because it's like if you think about it, some people, there's like 2 thoughts on this. Like either that all people change, or that nobody changes ever. But I think subtly all of us change, right? I mean, when you were talking about Gilman, when you were talking about the first 3 movies, like we don't talk about them, like implying that they're bad. I remember them in my youth as being very good, but I was naive. I was 11, 12 when those came out. So I haven't really watched them since. So I can guarantee you that just by the way that I've changed and developed, that I could watch those and probably see a lot of what you're talking about, and that I feel like they might be kind of garbagey. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So,
Well, the third one came out in high school.
was it high school?
Because I went
We
to
knew
the
better
midnight
then.
showing and went to bed at like 4 in the morning.
Well,
Well then.
Wah, wah, wah.
If you're talking about the good special effects are in those B horror films.
which B horror films? I don't watch any of those.
Like there's Netflix B horror films like Mega Piranha, where piranhas jump out of the ocean and land on buildings and explode.
Zombie strippers.
Zombie strippers.
By the way, if you guys have not seen on Netflix Cabin in the Woods, it is the most epic movie ever.
I saw that.
What's that all about?
I went. Okay, Christy wanted to go see it in theaters. She's like, "Oh, it looks like a scary movie. It looks really good." I'm like, "Whatever, fuck it. Like, let's go see it." I go see it, and like, it is like the typical like, It's like typical Scooby-Doo, really. It's like there's the jock, there's the slut, there's like the nerdy hot girl, there's the nerdy hot guy, and then there's the fucking stoner. And they go off on this adventure, and they're pretty much, you realize that they're being played by these people, and I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say it is just a complete mindfuck horror comedy, complete story, twists everything you've ever thought of in a movie, and Christy came out of it being like, I hate this fucking movie, and I go, I can't believe how awesome that movie was.
That's awesome.
Girls Gone Dead.
What?
Girls Gone Dead on Netflix. The last 10 minutes of that movie make that movie. Girls Gone Dead.
Yeah, he talked about it last week. It's got, what, Jerry Lawler in it, you said?
Jerry Lawler.
It's got Beetlejuice in it, right?
Yep.
Did you watch it, Sean? It sounds like you watched it.
No, I was just...
You should.
I listened to what he said last week.
That's a change from the norm.
Yeah, exactly.
Highly recommend it.
Well, shit, now I gotta go watch Girls Gone Dead, and you guys gotta go see, The Cabin in the Woods is probably the most amazing movie ever. Like, you have to watch it. It's so bad, but, like, just looking back to it, like, they actually thought to, like, do that. Like, you kind of, like, wow, these people spent millions of dollars on this gamble, and there's probably, like, 90% of the people come out really unsatisfied because, like, that's just how America is, and there's people like me that are weird that just fucking love it. It's kind of like, I took a film class, and I forgot what movie it was. But it's this movie about this, like, this one guy. It's like, I think Forrest Whitaker's in it, or Whitaker, or whatever. The guy with the lazy eye, the kind of, like, you know. But anyway, so he falls in love with this girl, and it's a really weird movie. He falls in love with a girl, and all this movie comes up to is the very end, you realize the girl is a fucking tranny. And he's like, he's kind of like,
it's like
well,
The Sixth Sense, but with trannies.
It's
No,
exactly
I know what
that.
movie you're talking about. I can't think of the name, though. Yeah, it was a huge movie.
It was a huge movie back in the day, and like it's just like we watched it in our intro to movie film class, and I could see this movie, The Cabin in the Woods, being like, you know, there's typical horror, but then there's things like this, and they'll show it because they show like a dozen movies. They show like the classic Jurassic Park, they show Silence of the Lambs, People Under the Stairs, like, you know, old time horror, and then it's like, here's some new horror that just is a complete mindfuck, and then it shows that.
This is the bottom of the barrel. It
Welcome to
often
my
makes
life.
you wonder what people choose to like invest in with that sort of shit, because like you said, millions of dollars, all these resources, all these people, like the amount of people it takes to make a movie, and then you see how many shitty movies are out there. Like, how did they get this many people convinced to come on board for this piece of shit?
Like Piranha 3D.
Yeah, exactly.
So was it like
Triple
Piranha
in.
3DD? Like,
The
Double
sequel,
D.
3
Like-
Double D.
like forget breast size. Wait, hold on. Tit size? Why would I say breast? What the fuck's wrong with me?
So, what's
Yes,
your favorite tit size?
Mine?
Just in general.
Anything.
I'd probably say a C cup. I'm good with a C cup.
Monk.
I like C.
Anything that I'm able to touch.
Legitimately, like, you have no bias towards titties?
No.
So here, hold on. I've got two. You want to touch them, Tim?
Let me just say, I love all kinds
I
of titties.
prefer to touch them in person.
Okay.
I would say, though, that I'm also a C cup kind of guy.
On the subject of tits, what do you think about fake tits?
Don't bother me.
Me
They're
neither.
real if I can touch them.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Everybody who's got fake tits is those ignorant bitches that put their nose up to you because they spent $20,000 on their boob job going from an A to a C that they don't let me touch them either. So
I've
It's
never
not-
touched
it's not
fake
fake.
tits, so I can't speculate on how they feel, but
Vegas.
I've seen a lot of porn,
They're probably
and they
fake.
seem to be just fine. And they float in the water.
They're just very firm.
yeah,
You felt
And
some
you-
fake titties?
yeah, you never have to worry about
Yeah.
it. You never.
When we were in Vegas, we went out one night to a strip club. They were definitely fake.
There was a stripper
strip
in
club?
Wisconsin that came up to my uncle and slapped him in the face with her big fat titty. And then she goes, "Oh, you want to touch him?" He goes, "I touch, I pay." It was like the funniest, the funniest 30 seconds of my life, I think.
I was at Spearmint Rhino in Vegas, which I don't know if you went there, Gilman. It's pretty fucking expensive, but it's the best strip club in the country.
No, we went to Treasures. Well,
It's
not.
like it's like $80 to $100 cover.
Oh my God.
You get 2 free drinks, which are like completely like laced with like fucking
MDMA.
pretty much. It's just like a you know, it's completely drugged and roofied and whatnot. This like stripper girl just like kind of like wanders over, and she leans down. She goes, she's got like fake double D's or something. She just goes, "I'll have sex with you for $400 or an 8-ball." Just like, what?
You know what'd be funny is when I reach in my pocket and legitimately pulled out an 8-ball, and I'm not talking about an 8-ball of fucking cocaine. I'm talking about a fucking 8-ball from my fucking
And
pool
you
table
shake
at
it
home.
up. You shake it up, and it says yes.
Magic 8-ball, yeah. My magic 8-ball says it's gonna burn in the morning, bitch.
Oh man.
Dude, unless you've got some fucking killer cocaine, I don't know an 8-ball that costs $400. That's crazy.
Well, I think
Why would
she's
you
just
equate the
scheming.
two?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, when we were in Vegas, $30 for a lemon drop. That was a
that's
fun.
crazy.
That was a fun bill to get. I look at him like, what the fuck?
Dude, I went to this place, Moe's Cantina, in the city down in Chicago with Yellow Bus and some other people, and it was like $12 for like a Bud Light. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's so ridiculous.
Well, they should try to charge me $20 for looking for you. I was like,
What? You got charged $20 for what? For looking for me?
yeah.
What are you
Like-
talking about?
For trying in the bar. Are you talking about downtown Chicago?
Yeah, yeah.
What are you talking about downtown Peloton?
Oh no, that was actually when I was trying to meet up with Christy at the same bar at a different location. They said I wasn't wearing the right pants, so they either had me. They're like, you can pay $20 or you can go change your pants, and I was like, are you kidding me right now? They didn't like that I had the cargo shorts. They wanted the normal looking shorts.
That's so
Speaking of
fucking
Vegas,
ridiculous.
when we went in long time, like 5 years ago maybe, we were at this strip club, and this stripper called Trouble. She's like, oh God, she's horrible looking. She like sat on my lap, and like my entire shirt got unbuttoned, and I'm like, no thank you, I just want to drink my Guinness, no thanks. And she stood up, and my shirt wasn't buttoned. My friends are like, what the fuck just happened to you? I'm like, I don't know.
I was raped.
I just wanted to drink my beer.
I was raped.
I went to the strip club for a bachelor party for a guy I didn't know very well. It was like through my brother-in-law. It was my brother-in-law's cousin, so it was like I was just there for the titties and beer. And so I paid to go get a lap dance, but like I was pretty fat at the time, and I was like the only like shirt I had to go out with was like from when I wasn't so fat. And so it's just a collared button-up shirt, but I didn't want to wear an undershirt because I sweat like a fucking pig. So I just wore the shirt. The problem was the shirt was old enough that, you know, like once the buttons start to wear out, like the buttons they don't stay in the holes, they just come out. So like all night every time I sat down I had to keep worrying about like my fucking big fat stomach popping out of the buttons. And I started getting the strip dance, and by 5 minutes through, like my whole shirt was unbuttoned. Looked like I was trying to come onto this chick, and then she slapped my hand away when it brushed up against her ankle, and I'm like, I am not. And her legs were all hairy and shit. She didn't fucking even bother shaving. I think she can get away with that shit. And she put my hand away, and I'm like, I'm not even fucking trying to touch you. It was a very weird night.
Yeah, last time I was at a strip club was for a buddy's bachelor party. I want to say maybe
70s, 80s,
early 30s, 40s. You know, during Prohibition down here in Chicago. And you know, I'm not a fan of strippers. It's like, why am I going to pay someone to take their clothes off? And that was about the time when I was able to get women to get their clothes off. Now it just doesn't work that well. So I went with it was my boss at the time. And we went to a strip club, and one of the guys, he had one of the employees he had known him for like 10 years. This guy was like really desperate, so I'm like, dude, here's $20. I gave him a lap dance. This guy was my best friend for the rest of the time he worked there. Man. You would think I had just given him a kidney.
I agree with you though. I would never I've been to a couple of strip clubs, but why would I pay absorbent amounts of money for a boner? Like if you're not gonna fucking finish the job, then I have no business being here.
That's exactly what I feel. It's like, seriously, I mean, I can go home, finish myself for free. I don't need to pay you $20. And guess what? I'll go home, buy myself a case of beer, get drunk, and I'll at least look good to myself.
There was one time in Iowa, we went to a strip club around 5:45 p.m. We bought a case of beer in because it was BYOB. It was $5 cover because it was like early cover charge. We sat there for about 6 hours watching March Madness and the Bulls game.
Nice.
And like throwing $1 down every once in a while.
Were there any good-looking strippers, or was it total trash?
There was like two
were
or
all
three
60.
that just kept alternating.
They were all
He didn't
60.
say 2 or 3 good ones. He said 2 or 3 that kept going around.
They were like 60. They're about 5 years away from Social Security.
Well, Joe, you know my thought process on strip clubs. If you just make fun of them in a respectful way,
Spit or swallow. That's your way of making fun of them in a respectful way.
No. Like the girl comes up, she's like, "Want to dance?" You go, "Oh, you dance almost as good as my girlfriend," and that just like springs it on to where like, oh, they want to like get you to get a dance, yada yada yada. You just sit there and argue with them for like 5 minutes, and you're like, "I just got a free dance right now. You sat on me and argued with me. Like I don't need to pay you now."
You're good at that game. I'm too nice. I'm like, can I give you a ride home? Do you need a meal? Do you need a ride to work? Oh, I'm too nice.
I'm sure they can afford meals.
That strip club I went to when my uncle got slapped in the face by that fat bitch's titty. I think I was 16. We got snuck in. It was in Wisconsin, middle of nowhere, and I didn't have any money. And so the lady came by afterwards, like basically begging for tips from everyone because there's only like 5 people in the bar in the middle of Podunk, fucking central Wisconsin. And she looks at me and she goes, "Would you like to tip me?" And I said, "No." And she said something else, and I said, "Well, I don't have any money." She goes, "It's very disrespectful to come to a gentleman's club without any money." And I'm like, "Noted." Like, what do you want me to say to that? Like, I don't have any fucking money. Like, I'm 16. You don't know this, but I'm 16.
There's a strip club for a bachelor party I went to in Arizona where there was an old guy like sitting kind of close to us that was just like paying the girls to massage them. It was really fucking creepy.
Matt, I apologize. That was me.
worst?
It's a fetish of mine.
Oh god.
I have a relative that was once a stripper, and she said that there's a lot of dudes with a lot of money that'll just pay like $100 an hour or $200 an hour or whatever just to talk, just to have someone come and talk to them.
I used to live with a roommate, and his girlfriend, when a guy would fly in for business, he would take her on a date. He would just take her on a date, I guess. He would take her out to like go shopping, so he would buy her things, and he'd buy her dinner, and then he'd just slap $1,000 down, and she like wouldn't have to do anything.
It's crazy, man.
For one day.
How some people spend their money. When my mom was a waitress, she said there was a guy who came in every week and left her a $100 tip. He'd like eat by himself. And, like at that time, it was like you could eat for $5, $6, $7 at a restaurant, and give her a $100 tip every week. Makes you wonder,
Times change.
You sound like an old person. Times change.
Times changing.
When I was a kid, we used to walk to school 5 miles in the cold. Really, I didn't even live 5 miles.
Uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways.
In 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Why
That
does
was
everyone's
before.
parents have a story like that? Because I remember my parents legitimately telling stories about walking in the snow like that.
You know,
I don't believe
That
my
was
dad because he
before.
grew up in Arizona, but
that was before all these sexually transmitted diseases. I remember when you didn't have to have sex with a condom. You would just pull out and pray everything be okay the next day.
well, it worked for you, Grandma.
Now you have to double bag it.
It's like story of my parents' life. Like they had like a whoops like 6 times in a row. Like I don't understand how they did that. That's like a new feat. It's a new achievement. So, Gilman, I heard some crazy shit went down in Huntington Beach the other day, huh?
Oh, fucking riots, man.
Dude, every time there's a riot, it's like in California. What the fuck is with that about?
There's the LA one recently for the trial, Zimmerman trial. They just started rioting apparently during the protest walk. Now,
During Rodney King.
as the U.S. Open of Surf ending on Sunday, and people just went nuts and started like knocking over porta potties, and apparently there was like a fight that started everything.
It was like, I'm so angry, let's knock over these porta potties.
Wait, was it over race? Can you tell me if it was over race?
No, I think there's a video somewhere with it though. But apparently, like the police from like everywhere from like 30 miles showed up and like in SWAT gear, shooting tear gas, and there's like families there and stuff. So like dads were pissed because they had their kids with them and just got out of hand.
Dude, that's such bullshit, man.
Welcome to California, Gilman.
I mean, I know everyone loves surf. Wink, wink.
My coworkers were like, "Oh, you probably were the one who started it." It's like, nope, not this time.
I never understood the mentality behind rioting. I just don't get it. I mean, if there's like a real injustice, if someone was just like beheaded for fucking, being a woman or something, I don't know. But like, there's almost never like a legitimate catalyst for that to happen, and yet it does happen. I'm just kind of fascinated by that phenomenon.
There's a bike store in one of the articles where the rioters tore down a stop sign and crashed through the front window, and they stole one bike. But the second bike they tried to steal,
tug-of-war with, right?
Yeah, they tug-of-war with the owner, and the owner ended up keeping that.
Oh, man.
Fucking out-of-towners, man.
That's crazy, man. On the Sublime album, their self-titled album in '96 that came out before Brad Knoll died, I don't know if it's Pawn Shop or it's one of those songs, but like they actually had a friend that had a police scanner, a radio scanner, and so there's like I've got a 515 at Allen's Pawn Shop, and I guess it used to be pretty frequent at that time, where like liquor stores, pawn shops, all those places they fucking ride around those areas and break into them and shit. It's crazy, man. There's like footage of guys up on top of their shops and shit with fucking guns, like trying to protect their shops. Like it's always California. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. Everyone's supposed to be relaxed. Everyone's supposed to be high and eating vegetables and shit. What the fuck's going on?
Someone was telling me like I don't remember where they were talking about, but there'd be like a riot. And all the it might be near LA, but all the Korean guys that own like liquor stores would just stand in front of their doors with a fucking shotgun.
Right, yeah.
It's like, and the people are like, nope, we're not gonna go there.
Motherfuck you!
Crazy, man. Next level.
Oh dang.
Good old California. I'm glad I live in Illinois where nobody fucking cares. And like the only worst thing the worst thing that happens here is every 4 years our governor goes to prison. Who cares? Seriously. Just waiting for the next one to go.
We do live in a very corrupt state. I saw an article talking about, how like Detroit now is basically totally fucking shut down, and like there's nothing going on in Detroit. The article is about like, is your city next? And I'm like, yep, our city is next, and many others. You don't think so?
No, I said I think so.
Oh yeah.
The state, yeah.
I agree, man.
I mean, the state. Look at that shit, man. Like last year. They raised, not last year, 2 years ago, fucking state income tax like 75%.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Fucking ridiculous.
Well, and the sin taxes are so ridiculous, too. Like, I disagree with sin taxes in general now. Like, you can't legislate morality. For our viewers who don't know, sin tax is basically, like, on cigarettes, alcohol, the term derives, I think, from the 1800s, when it was like, if you were doing something that was sinful, they could tax it heavier. And so they do that. So, like, in Illinois now, it's pretty much almost anywhere you go. It's $9 or $10 for a pack of cigarettes, and I think like $6 or $7 of that is pure tax. And it's like to the level where it's like, I quit smoking a while ago, but if I was one of those people, man, I would have quit I would not be smoking right now for $10 a pack. That's fucking ridiculous. 50 cents a cigarette. I'm sorry, but that's bullshit.
It is. I mean, if beer went that high, I'd stop drinking.
Fuck. As you take a sip of your beer.
That was a fucking idea.
And I'll have to ship it. I'd have to ship it out there, like cases of Miller Lite for California tax, which is slightly cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. Shit.
So now you've been in Chicago and now in California. Which one is worse in terms of just the cost of living and expenses and shit?
Technically, Chicago tax is higher. Still, I don't know. It's about the same. I think it's about the same.
What would you say in terms of like rent, food, gas, all that shit?
Gas is more expensive in Chicago when I left, at least. Food is about the same. Cost of living, I pay $175 more now, which isn't bad. I have a much bigger room and like right down from the beach and stuff. So
yeah, but I moved from fucking Wisconsin to Illinois. For this, I went from a 630 square foot apartment to a 630 square foot apartment. I went from 630 to 780, and I only moved like 40 miles away. just over the border. I was right in fucking Kenosha, and that's the fucking difference. Just being in fucking Kenosha, which is basically a fucking extension of fucking Illinois.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because everyone goes to Kenosha if they're going to like vacation in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
No, that's where you go pick up your new Glarus beer. You can't buy it in Illinois.
Yeah, but you know what you got out there, Gilman, that we don't have? Hot chicks.
Oh my god.
I was shocked when I went to Arizona to visit Yellow Bus, and the women out there, like I was just, I couldn't believe that per capita there are so many more attractive women than out here. It was really a bizarre experience.
You're also on a college campus where we pretty much took the cream of the crop from California,
True.
Arizona, and the best parts of the East Coast of Chicago.
Yeah, so they're all pushing their tits up and their ass
well, see,
out.
that's the bad part. If I came out there and went to the college campus, I'd be a creepy old man, so it'd be no fucking fun. I'd get, like, fucking arrested in, like, 12 seconds.
Well, it doesn't
You
matter
just
where
need
you
to-
go,
you
you're
just need
still
to go to
technically
a-
a creepy old man.
You just need to go to a house party and say you're an alumni.
I'm
You're
alumni, bitch.
So 12 seconds is enough time to finish, right?
Twice.
Dude, we should make a website that exposes all the secret handshakes for all the fraternities so you can get into, like, any place. Because remember, Yellow Bus, it was like, when we're at U of I, you had to know the fucking secret handshake to get into the house.
Yeah. We got in.
Yeah, we did get in because you knew the handshake. Otherwise, I would have just been like,
He was like dangle his Jiminy's and he'd be like, alright, you're in.
Seriously, fucking surfing his goddamn handshake. He tried to show me this fucking thing one time, and it's like, seriously, I'm not a fucking mathematician. I have to fucking clap my hands 3 times, twirl, stick my finger in my ass,
it's not
masturbate
like a
twice.
Pythagoras theorem. It's like, it's a basic handshake.
There's nothing basic about it, dude. It's like fucking 52 different things. I don't have the fucking focus to be like, ooh, flip down. It's like, fuck
There's
that.
so much geometry involved. I don't
You
get
drop a
it.
deuce in the middle of it. just
Yeah,
on the floor.
exactly. I didn't fucking understand. I couldn't get it. So it's just,
Ah.
basically a nice dap, and then we're good.
A nice heart-shaped deuce on the floor.
Exactly.
I once had a girlfriend that defecated on the floor. Okay, I'm not that bad. Friends, anybody?
What? Miss that shit.
I know a guy that was banging a girl and she pooped on him.
Please share.
That's the whole next level of a relationship.
That's a whole new level of comfort, yes.
That's
That
what it's
really
time to move on.
That really truly defines I banged the shit out of her.
So explain. What happened?
Well, you guys know him. He's living in Arizona. His name's not Tom. So that kind of like deduces it. But pretty much he was with this girl and he was banging her really hard from behind. And then he looks down and there's like something wet and it wasn't like normal juices. And he looks down and like even though it's dark, it's like, you know, a darker hue and he goes, "What?" Like throws her, looks down, looks at the bed, looks down at his leg again. And then he's like, "I gotta go." He goes into the shower, showers really quick, comes out, and then he's like shaking Jason, which is another friend of ours. He's like, "We need to go now. We need to go now." But long story short, I guess he walked like 4 miles home, and then he told everyone tomorrow, all his guy friends, like, "Do not tell anyone what happened, but this is what happened." And
And now you're sharing in front of hundreds of people.
and of course, guys, you know, by the end of the weekend, like 100 guys knew, at least 100, yeah, probably over 100 people knew. And you know, after that, all the jokes you can think of really arise. You know, man, I just don't want to talk about it right now. I'm pooped. I literally banged the shit out of her.
Wouldn't that smell
So,
though?
hey,
Like,
Tim,
like-
I have a question. Did he at least finish?
You know, I've never actually asked him because it's just so obscure.
Because seriously, I
never
mean,
really did ask him.
You've already got shit on you. I mean, why not just finish it off? I mean, seriously, if I have to walk away and blue ball it, it's not worth it. I already got shit on me. I'm gonna finish.
I don't know. It
true.
depends on how pungent that smell is, man. That could be a major turn off.
Apparently he couldn't smell it
Yeah,
because
exactly.
fucking
Well, when
like
you're
look
drinking,
at
you can
it.
barely notice most things, so it's like I don't know.
Dude, I used to have this thing where, like, if I had just farted and smelled my own fart and I was looking at an attractive girl, I suddenly couldn't find her attractive because the smell of the fart infiltrated my senses.
The worst is if you fart in the shower.
Oh,
Like,
man,
steam-
it just stays.
it like steams up.
Yeah, it's like a crock pot. It just gets worse and worse, man. Yeah, that's no way to live.
That is so wrong.
That's terrible. Tim, didn't you pass out once having sex?
You don't even know. We were in Arizona and pretty much we didn't have air conditioning at the time and it was 112 out. and let's just say I like nearly fainted to where like you start to see stars and it kind of like blacks out of your eyes. I laid back, and then before I knew it, like I shucked up, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, how long was I out? And it was like literally like 5 seconds. So I was like, "Oh, okay, good."
That's the worst thing when you pass out is you don't know how long you've been out.
I had no idea.
That's funny shit.
Fucking mind-blowing sex there, man.
Well, it was actually a blowski.
Whatever.
Dude, every week I fucking forget to check the comments. I'm just looking at the comments now.
You haven't missed a whole lot.
Yo, what's up, Surf Dub? Oh, this must have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, like
All right, while I'm typing,
about 15
someone
minutes
think
ago.
of our next topic.
Now, let's talk about your small penis. Or we don't have to. I mean, it's fine.
I mean, there's no news there.
Here, let's talk about something that Tim talked about. Would you sleep with your celebrity crush if the only requirement was another random guy was in the mix too? Absolutely. What the hell do I don't care? There's numerous holes that they can put in. And, you know, as long as I get my turn, I don't care. I'm wearing a condom anyways. If she's a celebrity, she's getting paid by everybody. You know what? If fucking Lil Wayne fucked her or Justin Bieber fucked her, I'm double bagging, baby.
I didn't fuck another girl. I got a blowjob from another girl while another dude was fucking her, and that didn't bother me. I mean, I was very drunk, but
It was a complete stranger, though, Joe.
oh, if it was a complete stranger, if I didn't know the dude,
It could be any ethnicity. It could be anything. It could be a hairy guy that's like brushing all up against you. He just like went for like a 10-mile run.
That'd be awesome.
As long as you're not trying to grab my junk, I don't care.
Seriously,
I
I'd
think I
want to
could
grab
get
my
over
junk.
it. I've seen interviews with like male porn stars on like behind the scenes stuff. I don't know why I've actually seen this because who actually watches that shit? But I must have been bored. And someone asked them like when you're double bagging a chick, like one dude's in her vagina and the other dude's in her ass, and their balls are rubbing against each other. They're like, you know, how do you deal with that? And they're like, it's just an expectation. You know what's going to happen, so you just deal with it. I'm like, I wonder if I could do that as a profession. I don't know if I could, but in this instance, like a celebrity I really want to fuck, another dude had to be there. Why not? As long as he's not trying to like put his dick near my face or something, or like like just trying to rub it on my cheek suggestively, I'd be fine.
I'd be fine. I wouldn't care.
It doesn't really bother me.
No, like I said, I mean, I'm not. It's not near me. It's not touching me. I mean, we're doing our own thing. What the hell? What the fuck do I care?
Okay, let's change it up though. What if the guy is really trying to kind of get aggressive towards you? He's reaching around trying to grab your ass. He's just kind of being invasive the whole time.
Well, you know what? I'm getting laid. I'm still good for it. I mean, hey.
What if he's going to get into you?
I mean, seriously. I'm sorry. My ass says exit only. When we try to get that close, there might be a little bit of a rumble. But, sometimes...
They just knock him out.
Yeah, exactly. Grab the fucking, bang his head against the bedpost, and then just finish off right on his fucking chin.
Unless there's poop, puking, or peeing on each other involved, I'm pretty much open to anything sexually. Like, there's nothing that really bothers me. There's nothing that really shocks me.
Right. I'm a trisexual. I'll try anything once.
What about getting a blumpkin?
I personally wouldn't be turned on getting a blumpkin. For our viewers who don't know, a blumpkin is when you're taking a shit and a girl's blowing you. I don't know personally that would actually bother me, but I don't think it would turn me on either. Like I'm pinching a deuce. I don't know. I'd rather be not shitting and have a girl sticking a finger up my ass if that had to happen. I'd rather do that than a blumpkin.
Yeah, when I'm taking a crap, I just want to be by myself. I'm sorry.
I don't want an audience.
No, but seriously, it's not fucking there for fucking observation. Seriously, it's like you can't wait 3 minutes for me to go ahead and finish my little duties, and then we can go ahead and do what you want to do.
I think it would feel weird. You're like pushing a little bit, and you can hear that sound when it's sliding out of your ass slowly, and then it does the bloop in the water.
Plop.
She's like really vehemently fucking doing her thing.
Yeah, and then as the water plops up and hits your balls, and you're like, lick my balls, baby. Okay.
I think that's kind of a terrible thing to put someone else through. I don't know if I'm down with the blumpkin now.
See, exactly.
Not that you can detail.
I pass.
Let me ask you guys
Well, if
this.
she's drunk, she doesn't know any better.
Yeah, but
Look how she's automatically drunk by default.
I mean, are you really going to be focusing on your dump if you're getting head?
Well, that's my whole point. Well, then is it really a blumpkin if you're ignoring the dump?
no.
If you're not shitting.
If it depends on
let me
the
ask you-
extent of the shit.
Well, if
True.
she flushes it, it still counts.
Do you get a courtesy flush in the middle of the blumpkin? I had a friend. His for the local park district, his basketball team name was the Blumpkins.
Yeah, what is blumpkin etiquette?
Yeah, yeah. Is there Blumpkin and I mean, when you're getting a Blumpkin, really, where does that line get drawn? That's pretty fuzzy. No pun intended.
God.
Let me ask you guys this: when you're getting the blowy, are you about the hand action or no hand action?
Oh,
Or
you
one
gotta have-
hand or what?
Gotta have hand action. There's got because seriously,
find that.
you know, you gotta have something. I'm not gonna fucking go on to fucking visual.
Well, you can fucking, the pepper grinder, the milk churner. I mean, whatever. I mean, you know.
I'm not gonna fucking go on to fucking visuals here. Just be like, yeah, she's gotta be like, oh.
It's so funny. You have no boundaries with anything else, but you won't pantomime blowjobs.
I'm very personal about my blowjobs. Okay, they're
So,
very
okay.
secretive.
You like hands? You like one or two hands? Do they really got to be cranking on it, or is it more of like?
No, seriously, it's honestly, it has to. It doesn't have to be a hand. It just has to be a couple fingers. I mean, pacify. I mean, if you're gonna use a hand, you're really trying to make me feel good. Like, hey, I need a hand. You need two hands. I'm not a black guy. You don't need two hands. Seriously, there's no two hands here. You're not holding a fucking 12-inch from fucking Subway, okay? You're not even holding a 6-inch from Subway.
Yeah, there's not even a bend in it like some guys have. It's just a straight
No.
little.
There's nothing straight about it. It's just, I mean, it's just.
What about the other guys?
I thought I had a pubic hair till I pissed out of it. So
It's like an Audi belly button.
exactly.
It's like an Audi. Audi TT. What about you other guys? Hands or no hands?
I think it depends if you're gonna bang her or not. Because if she's just giving you a blowjob, use the hands. If you're gonna bang her right afterward, nah, I don't need hands.
I'm kind of you
Getting
know,
torn.
this only has happened one time, and it's, you know, it's recent, so I guess you guys can use deductive reasoning. One hand, one foot, one mouth. The greatest experience that you could ever have.
So wait, were the hand and the foot opposite each other, so they were gripping?
Absolutely.
The hand and the foot were opposite, and they were, and if there's
So
if there's a generous
I just want to
curvature in your
clarify.
foot,
This was what
the
was
better. So if you
With the
can find
mouth.
someone with a very generous curve,
I saw a chick with 2 feet put together and a sucking a dick. She's very flexible, and I wondered I've never foot fucked, but I've always wondered.
well, I'm just saying anyone, you gotta try it once.
You'll stumble upon some porn sometimes where it's like a dude just like vehemently fucking this chick's feet, and I'm like, what is with that? Like, I mean, I get that there's fetishes and stuff, but there's just nothing about feet that seem super appealing to me. The other one I hear is the armpit and the thigh, like the leg if you close the leg.
Armpit, I haven't heard of that.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. I haven't witnessed it.
Is that like the Harlem Struggle?
Let's not get back on that again.
Yeah, that was awful. That was so bad.
Honestly, I have no respect for anybody, but I honestly felt bad for those girls when I'm watching that video.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I
That was
loved
pretty
it.
rude. It's pretty brutal. For me personally, hands are okay every once in a while. It's sort of like, you know, like you don't eat sushi every day. You have sushi every once in a while. I like hands every once in a while. To me, it's all about the deep throat. If you can go all the way, that's what it's about. So I'm not so much partial to hands, but if there are hands, it's got to be fucking well lubed, because there's nothing worse than like a dry-ish blowjob with hands. You're like, ooh,
Crack
that's not really
hands,
working.
dry skin. It's like.
Like sandpaper.
Exactly. It's like, oh, that feels so awful. You know what's the worst, honestly? What's the worst? It's, you know, and it's getting me on blowjobs because it's like, I've had a bunch of.
I've had a bunch of blowjobs.
No, I've had some pretty good blowjobs, but there was this one chick, and it was like all teeth, and it was like, Jesus
Ooh.
Christ! It's like you try to enjoy it, but then you're just like, we're done, we're done. I'm never gonna get off. My dick's not gonna stay hard. Can you suck those teeth in, fucking jaws? It hurts.
You put on a mouth guard, please.
Yeah, seriously.
The worst is like, see, at least with that, there's like expectation that there's gonna be teeth the whole time. The worst is when you're just enjoying a blowjob, and then on the way back they drag for a second, and you're like, it hits the head or something, and you like jump out of your fucking skin for a second. You're like, oh
man.
shit! Like I almost kicked a chick with just a reflex once. It was terrible. That's bad news bears, man. You can't have no teeth in your blowjobs.
No, there's no teeth. I just remember this one blowjob I was getting from a chick at a place of employment, and you know this, Surf. I've talked to you about.
Keeping the integrity intact.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, she's going at it, and she's never had anybody finish in her mouth. So I finished in her mouth, and it was like, like you would think she had just swallowed a fucking 12-inch sub from fucking Subway, and she was like gagging and fucking. She couldn't find a napkin fast enough to spit out my babies. It was the funniest fucking thing in the world. I just remember her going. It's like, seriously, is it that bad?
The first blowjob I ever got, I think that I was. This sounds terrible, but it's true. I was 12, and I was dating this girl who was 14, and what happened was I went out to see a movie, and then we were hanging out at her house, and she lived like 25 or 30 minutes from my house. Okay, there was a miscommunication between her parents and my parents, and they both thought that each other were giving me a ride back home. Well, when I called my mom, I was like, "What the fuck? You know, I need to get picked up." She was like, "I can't pick you up. Me and your father have been having some drinks. We can't drive." And nobody else in my family drove at the time. My oldest brother is legally blind. He couldn't drive, and nobody else had a license. So, like, can someone from over there? Well, her parents were divorced. It was just her mom there, and she had been drinking too. And she's like, I can't drive either. So the conclusion was, well, you need to stay the night over there and sleep on her couch. So of course, me and this girl, I'm not gonna name names, Ashley, but we coordinated for her to like come back out at like 12 o'clock, and that's when I got my first blowjob. And when I finished, she stood straight up and like put her hand over her mouth. I thought she was gonna gork all over me, and just ran to the bathroom and fucking spit that shit out. And for the next 30 minutes was like kind of like half crying, half just like swallowing scope, and just swishing her mouth out over and over. And I was like, was it really that bad? She's like, I just didn't expect it to be like that. It was really terrible. I was like, okay. At like 12, it's probably not even white cum. It's probably like pre-cum. Like, it can't be that bad. I don't know. I've never tasted cum, so I can't really tell you.
Your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a really weird sensation at first. Like when you're 12, you don't know what the fuck's going on. It just felt like it was awesome but weird. It's the best way I can describe it.
Welcome to my life.
So I'm gonna say that's like a definition for my life in general.
Awesome,
but weird.
That should be my tagline next week.
Has anyone else made a girl slightly gag on their cum?
No.
Lame ass.
Nope.
Lame asses.
Wait, where's the cricket button?
Maybe.
Lame asses.
All right.
No. Since we're talking about this, and you know, this is something that Yellow Bus talked about. Do you care if she spits or swallows?
I'm slightly offended when they spit. I shouldn't say offended. Okay, if it's any girl, whatever. Fuck you. If you need to spit on the carpet, go ahead. But when she's gonna kill me for this. But when my wife was on this diet, it was very, very strict, and so for the duration that she was on this diet, she refused to swallow, and I was like, that's kind of shady. And she's like, no, it's gonna affect my diet. But it was really weird after all these years of being together, where she's like, after she finished, she just like holds it in her mouth and spits it in a Kleenex. Like it's just a little awkward, a little awk. But I don't know. I guess I'm sort of indifferent towards it, you know.
Yellow Bus?
I had an.
Tim?
I think it is blacked out.
No.
Gilman. Go ahead.
I had an ex that wouldn't like. There's like maybe 2 times she swallowed. The other time she wouldn't even like finish me with her mouth. She'd use her hand to finish me.
Finish him.
Wait, watch you like back away from it. She'd be like, "Oh, you're coming," and then just switch to the hand.
Yeah, it was
That's bullshit. Fuck that. Was that like previously agreed upon between you two, or she just started doing that without permission?
She didn't like to swallow, so I never wanted to get like head. I just wanted to have sex all the time.
What about you, Yellow Bus, for the 3rd time?
Well, to be honest, I don't really care what happens. Spit or swallow, it's an honor to be in there. But you know, it used to be like a swallow or die for, you know, me and my current. But like nowadays, like
swallow or die.
Now it's kind of like whatever. Like sometimes I'll just shoot it up in the air to the left, up to the right. I'll just like try to hit her in the face just for fun. Belly button. It doesn't really matter now. It's kind of creative.
Tim's been the angry dragon with her at first.
Just punch her in the fucking face. You guys know what the angry dragon is, right?
Explain to our viewers. I know what it is.
So you make her swallow. You
like hold her head down.
and pretty much I think the gist of it is it comes in her mouth and you just punch her in you punch her in the face or something and she starts to
hit her in the back of
bleed.
the head so it comes out her nose.
I've seen that in pornos.
I'm thinking like you punch her in the face and then she like coughs up cum and
Strawberry shortcake is when you punch her in the face and make her nose bleed.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of.
That's terrible. I wonder how many of these are fabricated, how many of these have been tested in. I think the original ones, probably like the core 5 or 10 that were originated, probably stem from some factual basis. The rest are probably just
like a Cleveland steamer, like that's a hate fuck right there. Like you literally, if you have to poop in a bag or poop in a guy's shirt and like roll it up and like let them sleep in it, that's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, the Dutch oven.
That's next level disrespect.
Fart under the blanket and then just hold them under there.
Oh, that's funny as fuck. I think so. I mean, my wife doesn't think that's funny, but we were doing this thing. We've been playing Legos in bed lately, and so we're like both laying in bed playing. So like I'll sit straight up and then like,
tell your kid, we're just playing Legos in bed, Brad. Don't worry about it.
I'll like tuck my head between my legs very quickly and raise my ass in the air and just let one rip, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's fucking disgusting." I'm like, hey,
you know me, I'll just walk by and she's like laying on the couch or something. And then she's just like, Jam.
Why do we think fart jokes are so funny? Like 1,000 years from now, people are still gonna be laughing at farts. 1,000 years ago, people must have been laughing at farts. Like they're just funny.
Yeah.
Oh motherfucker! What do you guys want to talk about next? We can keep talking about farts and blowjobs if you want.
Farts and blowjobs. I keep trying to find that. I always lose the activity sheet.
How about mom jeans / shorts?
All right,
Becoming a new fad.
I noticed this when I went to the fair, the local fair, with my wife and son. And so, for those of you who haven't seen them, imagine the 1950s swimsuits that came up to the belly buttons. But now what they've done is instead of having them come down to mid-thigh, they have them come up to the vagina. So like, it's giving them a wedgie, it's giving them camel toe, and it's hugging their ass cheeks, but it's like up to their belly button. It is the worst looking fucking 1950s.
80s are back, bro.
Like it's terrible.
It's not attractive. I don't know why it's a thing.
Let's see if I can find a picture of it while you guys talk about it.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, for the viewers.
Yeah. And as you're on that, pulling that shit up, you just need to also realize that, I don't know if it's huge by you guys or even in California, it might be over by you, Gilman, but rompers are fucking disgusting. Makes you look like you have a pancake booty. It's a onesie, unflattering everywhere, and even the hottest chicks look like shit in it. I fucking hate rompers.
Yeah, all the chicks here wear bikinis. We were biking the other day. There was a chick like standing outside in like a thong and a bra, basically.
If you guys don't know what a romper is, Google images that shit, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like a one-piece like garbage pajama that you wear out.
You wear it out?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
You wear it outside.
Here, is this a good one? Yeah, this is kind of going here. I'll screen share this. This isn't the best, but what the fuck? All right. It's sort of like this, right? Those are sort of like the new ones.
That is exactly what I was expecting you to say.
High waist, short. I mean, the ones that I've seen are even shorter, where like they hug the ass. So like the ones I've seen go right to the vagina, like to here, and they're like high cut on an angle.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like all the girls are finding them in style and think they look good, and guys are like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah, ladies, if you're fucking wearing that shit, knock it off.
Dude,
I won't hate on anybody who wears that. Seriously, I would hate on them because seriously.
As long as you can take it off, you don't hate on them.
No, really. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm a very visual person, and
they say men are visual in general.
Yeah, well, I think I'm probably more visual than anything. You guys can take your visual, combine it, multiply it by 10, and that's me. I like to look, and the fact is, when you're covering everything up, and it's just like, I need to see the cow before I purchase it. The fact is, if I'm going to buy you a coffee or a beer, regardless if it's dollar beer or taco nights, I need to at least have some kind of visual of what I can see underneath there.
You would love California.
I'm not going to spend a fucking dollar on you if you're wearing these fucking granny panties and these fucking ugly shorts, and it gives me no imagination. You know, it's like, hey, you know what? Fuck you. Pretty much, I'll probably say that anyways.
They used to say that back in the day, like I remember the 1800s or something, that even just the leg of a table could get a man aroused because women were so covered up.
Like a Christmas story, like that lamp.
Ah, that lamp. That is awesome.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'll just smile and nod.
You've never seen A Christmas Story?
Oh,
I've seen A Christmas Story, but I haven't seen it since I was like 6.
They play it for 24 hours, like on TBS or
Christmas
something.
Eve, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
You know, it's the leg. It's the leg lamp.
Jamie and I were just talking about this. Like, we're already excited for Christmas. Like, I know that's sort of lame, but I love the fall, and like the winter sucks a lot of times when you're in it because it's just so fucking cold or so much snow. But I really love Christmas. I love the holiday season. It's a lot of fun. So I'm
That's right.
looking forward to it.
We can do a overdose over Christmas with everyone in the same room.
Hell yeah! Are you gonna be home for around Christmas?
Yeah, I'll be home for Christmas. I'll
Oh,
probably
so
come
will
home
too.
that weekend.
Oh, dude, we've always talked about doing that. We should maybe we'll Shank. Can we volunteer your apartment?
Yeah.
Well, you know what we'll do is maybe I'll just get like a nice I'll bring in like a nice round table and get the lighting all set up. And we'll all sit in the same room and do an overdose. That'd be fun.
Get a
That would be
keg.
good.
Just put the keg in the middle of the table.
That'd
keg
be
is the
fucking awesome,
table.
Because if that's that week, see, the week of Christmas is when everything slows down for me. We stop getting busy like the week before Christmas. It's not a huge focus. I'm not working 6 days, so it's more of a relaxing thing for me because I'm down to 5 days a week, so it'd be fucking pretty tits.
Yeah, dude, we'll make that our Christmas special. We'll all just get drunk and talk about Santa Claus.
And wear Santa hats.
Yeah,
I got my bear Santa hat.
We should all have different Santa hats.
And we could have Surf Wife just in the background, like in Santa lingerie, just being like a elf.
Or we can
Serving
have,
us drinks.
We can have her in
Serving
the
us
back,
drinks.
getting disgusted by every word we say.
So for our viewers, we're gonna try that this week. The Surf and Shank series that we do every week. Most people know we drink beer and eat tacos and then we go do it. We don't do it.
Well, we have
We might do a little of that.
3 out of the 6 episodes we have did it.
But I think this week we're gonna try a tri-com with Surf Wife and see how she reacts to our nonsense because it's usually pretty funny. I've got hiccups.
It is pretty funny. Just her reaction to our interaction is fucking usually hilarious.
You guys are so gross.
Yeah. My wife is very visual, like probably even more so than Sean. She imagines everything you're saying. So when we talk about like splooge in your mouth or taking a shit on your chest, like she gags. It's really funny.
He's
That's
gonna love
pretty-
this episode.
And that's pretty much all we talk about.
Yep, pretty much chipping on each other's chests.
It's all fun and games until someone gets an eye taken out.
Sorry, I had 4 beers and I had to pee and then I want to get food, so I grabbed some popcorn.
Thanks for
I
sharing.
had beef jerky and beer for dinner.
I had just Sapporos. I had nothing. I need to eat some fucking food soon.
I ate the neighbor's cat for dinner.
Eat that pussy.
Wait that pussy.
That's exactly what I was referring to. She's
Eat that
65,
pussy out.
lonely.
Eat that pussy out.
So, what do you guys think about this news release where they're talking about the Xbox One coming out a couple weeks earlier than the PS4? Do you think it really
Dude,
makes a
fucking
difference?
crazy.
I don't think it matters. I think the fact is they're both releasing after Thanksgiving, and a lot of people have made that jump from Xbox to PlayStation. And what's 2 weeks? The fact is that they're still going to all launch before Christmas of this year, and I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. The fact is that I think overall, Xbox can get a 2-week jump, but it's not like when PlayStation was out a year before the Xbox last time. I think it's going to be a very, very close. It's going to be a close console war this year. I believe so.
I agree. I don't think that the 2 weeks makes a fucking difference whatsoever. I think that people think that it does, but
I think people purchased them when they came out, not even looking at. They didn't even have the release date.
right. I think the vast majority of like the hardcore fanships, got one or the other or both.
I'm going to be honest with you.
The only thing
Go
they're
ahead.
going to do is so they can. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Only reason why Xbox did that is because they know that they're losing the battle right now, and so they decided this is the only way to get them talked about before the PS3 comes out.
I think they're both great systems. They both have their positives. They both have their negatives. But the fact is that I'm not going to get either one of them at launch. I'm happy with my PlayStation 3. I'm happy with my 360. And you know what? I'll wait. In May, June of next year, they drop $50, $75, or even if they don't. The fact is that it's Christmas time. I have 2 kids that that I need to shop for. They're way more important than fucking me picking up a new system that's going to have, maybe if I'm lucky, one game that fucking interests me at launch.
Well, that's where I'm at too. In that, like, if you look at the first games made for Xbox, they look like or Xbox 360, they look like such dog shit compared to the ones now, and so that's part of my interest too in waiting. And that, like, the games are only going to look and get better, and things are only going to get cheaper as I wait. The only hesitation I have towards that is because now that I have a YouTube channel, there might be that expectation for next-gen console gameplays to be on my channel. We'll just have to see where the industry trends in terms of YouTube, because if it's an expectation, I might have to force myself to get the money and go get it.
Hey, Surf, nobody has expectations for your fucking gameplay, okay?
That's the other thing I was going to mention is I've tried to make it pretty well known there's zero expectations for my gameplays.
Oh, yeah. Well, another thing, too, is if you look at it, let me pull mine up really quick because I have it all saved on my Amazon. But, you know, you're talking about when the game or the system comes out, what games even come out like during launch, and it's like everything that comes out during that time is for 360. And I'm looking right now at the let's say there's 3 games that I absolutely am going to get and I love. And you know, there's many to choose from, but I'm looking at it right now. Titanfall has a release date of June 1st, 2014, which is what, 9 months after release.
And it could potentially get pushed back. Let's not forget that happens with games all the time.
Yeah, it could be a pushback. You know, Rise is the one exception that I think is even a gamble of a game because it could be bad or good, but that's on the release. But that's not a part of the 3. My other one is The Evil Within, is sometime next year, so it doesn't even have a date, and it can go up to December 31st. So, you know, it can go up to next, you know, holiday season. And then another one, you know, I'll put 4 up there just for the sake of, you know, I like these both equally. Mad Max is coming April 30th of next year, which I think is going to be a great game. They're bringing the Mad Max video or the movies out to the game.
They look like an interesting trailer.
And then the Elder Scrolls Online, I might get that on either PC or Xbox One, but you know it's the same thing. It would probably come out sometime in the spring. So it's like, what's the point of getting launched when all you can play is like Call of Duty, Battlefield 4, or you can risk it on the Rise game, which I think will be a good shot, or you get Forza. Like there's like 5 options, or the Kinect thing. But there's really nothing that comes out that I'm really interested in November.
And that's the whole thing. I mean, like I said, I looked and I would have picked. I would have picked both of them up, but there's nothing there that grabs me and says, "Wow, I'm not a Call of Duty fan. I'm not a fanboy of Call of Duty, so I don't give a shit that Ghost is coming out. That means dick to me. Give me something that I want. I mean, for me, yeah, maybe I'm not the average fucking gamer because I wear my shirt all the time. I have my hat backwards. And I swear all the time. That's what makes me happy. And the fact is that the only game that I'm looking forward to that, I want to get Grand Theft Auto and I want to get Saints Row. To me, I'll be satisfied until next year, well past the launch dates of the fucking Xbox One and PS4.
There was something that you said that I was going to add to, and I don't fucking remember now. Do you guys like my angelic look on the beach?
It's kind of cool. I like it.
Didn't even notice it.
Not surprised.
I'm going to turn that off. Fuck. What was I going to mention about the next-gen consoles?
Gilman, which we kind of already had a console war before you came on, but what console would you get?
Gilman's a PS4 guy. He calls the Xbox the X-Bone, right, Gilman?
I just think it's funny to call it the X-Bone. The PS4 is cheaper. I don't know. I don't really care at this point. I'll see when they come out, what's hyped up more and what has better games and stuff. If there's a Halo game that comes out, I'll buy the Xbox or X-Bone immediately.
Well, the Halo 5 is actually supposed to be summer of next year.
Yeah, almost a year after launch. You're talking about your biggest title. You're gonna fucking bring out a year after launch.
I'll wait for that to come out, and I'll get the special edition Xbox. I bought the Halo Reach Xbox. I bought the Halo 4 Xbox. I'll probably do that for Halo 5.
And then we'll have a System Link.
Oh yeah.
I still have those. When you came over to my apartment, I still have those brackets, those paper brackets.
You guys wouldn't let me and Jeff play on the same team. Wasn't fair.
Well, yeah, of course it's not fair.
Do you know what we need to film live is we need to hook up the old school Super Smash Bros. 64 and do a fucking tournament bracket of that and film that. That game's fucking epic.
I think with my AverMedia, if you buy a converter, you can do it. I'm sure you can do it too if you buy a converter.
I've got the attachments just to go right into like a regular audio video thing.
Gilman just got the AverMedia today.
Oh yeah?
There it is.
I haven't installed it yet.
Is it the external one or is it the internal one to the PC?
Internal.
Hey, I do have a question. Hey, Surf.
No.
I just wanted to know when you started wearing tampons.
I never stopped wearing them, so it's a trick question.
My bad. Because
did you ever get TSS?
Yeah, do you ever get TSS?
Toxicity of the what?
Toxic shock syndrome.
Toxic. Thank you. Yes, every day.
Because for 3 hours, Surf kept texting me yesterday that he wanted to play a game. He's like, dude, we'll play. He's like, dude, I'm doing this. Dude, I'm doing that. Dude,
I feel really bad about that.
Dude, I just ate fucking 3 pints of Ben & Jerry's and I'm gonna puke all over the place.
Wow, thanks. I never get those texts anymore. Cool.
No, we talked on the phone and Shanks just got Far Cry 3, which I completed a while ago, but I've been waiting to do the multiplayer missions, and so...
Oh, so cool, you didn't text me? Cool.
Dude, you're never on anymore, and when you are, you're on Netflix, and when I text you, you're like, oh, I'm watching Netflix. But anyway, so I talked to Sean, I was like, yeah, you know, I'll be on in a little bit, whatever. And then I was hanging out with Jamie, she wanted to play some Legos, and she always passes out early, so I was like, oh, I'll play after Jamie passes out, I'll jump on at like, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then she was sort of PMSing, she wanted ice cream, so I went out and got ice cream at the grocery store and came back and I ate a pint of Ben & Jerry's and then I was just like done. I got so tired. I was like, oh, I feel so bad. I really did want to play, but I was upstairs, so I had to move I can't see the TV, so I'd have to move it down, and I was like,
oh, dude, it's no big deal. I'm just giving you shit.
No,
right.
we should I
do feel bad though. I hate bailing like that. Can you play 3-player multiplayer for the missions on that or no?
You can do 4. I have it for PC though, so.
That sucks.
Well, I'll play. Shit.
Hey, dude, I gotta complete those missions.
Yeah, I've been having a good time, man. I didn't think, I played it. I watched my son play it, and I played it at your house, Surf, maybe about 2 months ago, and I wasn't impressed. And I picked it up because you said you wanted to play the multiplayer missions, and I honestly liked the game. I already spent in the last 2 days like 5-6 hours playing through. I haven't beat it, but I'm having a good time. It's a fucking awesome game.
Go ahead.
I say if we do like Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2 or 3, we could all capture it and you could splice the videos together or something.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that, man. I like to do some videos.
Well, we attempted to do that one week, and the videos got all jacked up, right, Surf?
It was the audio that was all jacked up. I ended up using some of the gameplays, but the audio I couldn't use because I fucked it up with the recording. Well, hopefully I'll get it right this time. I'll have to do like a test run first. But the thing I really like about Far Cry is not just the open world thing, but like I really appreciate the backgrounds because I'm into tropical shit. So it's cool to like just explore the island and whatever. But yeah, you know what? I saw something going around on Twitter today, and I'm shocked that people are always still so hyped up for this. And I know this is like a diss to people who are super into Call of Duty, but everyone was like, the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer trailer's out, and I'm like, oh fuck, okay, like it'd be cool to kind of see some multiplayer gameplay, but you go on the website and it turns out it's just an announcement for when the gameplay trailer is going to be in like sometime in like August or something or whatever it was, and I was like, people are fucking excited over this, like, oh, I can't wait to see the multiplayer gameplay. That's really just like a reskinned Call of Duty that we've already seen. Like, you know what to expect from the Call of Duty multiplayer. Why do people get so hyped up every time there's a fucking new title coming out? Like, play it when it comes out, but like, and I understand being excited about a title, but I don't know.
Because there's nothing else there. I mean, right now it's a big thing, and there's nothing else there that fucking excites anybody. I mean, look.
It's happening with every Call of Duty title, and I'm just
right.
Like,
it's because it's. I mean, I know it's the same shit. It's reskinned, blah blah blah, just like Madden every year. But look how big. I mean, Call of Duty is just like fucking Madden. They come out, they update rosters, and they fucking reskin things. They move this and that, and add a couple new features, and people go fucking bonkers over. Why the fuck spend time and change the fucking game when you can make fucking billions of dollars each year off the same fucking repeat game?
Right, and I understand, like, from a business prospect, like, why they do what they do. I'm surprised that, like, we all agree that it's a one-trick pony. We all agree that it's a very good trick, and it's an attractive game for those qualities. Why do we fucking lose our minds every year when they announce the same thing? I guess I just don't get it. Like, I don't connect with it because I'm not like that. I don't like it with anything. There's nothing I'm so into that like I have to get it the day of, or like well, I've never been like that with anything is that important to me.
It's kind of funny because if you think about, okay, a video game, like you said, they could, retool it every year and release the same fucking thing. But what happens if you're a fucking recording artist and you keep releasing the same shit every year and just let's say your lyrics, you have 12 songs. You release the same 12 songs every year with different beats. Are you going to fucking sell?
Fall Out Boy or any number of pop artists. You just name like thousands of bands.
Every single fucking artist on like B90 Sucks, right?
Yeah.
Or Kiss My Ass FM, right?
Yeah, that's funny. I was surprised when we were talking with Allie, and I think it was a re-show, or what? I don't know if it was on the actual show, but when she said that she measures the quality of songs by how catchy they are, because it's usually the total opposite. It's usually the total opposite for people who actually create music because they get tired of the surface level thing. Like as a musician, when you start learning how to play music, you learn everything that you ever hear in pop music. Those are all the things you learn first in music. Like they're the basic melody structures, they're the basic chord structures, they're the basics of the basics. So as a musician, that when you start to really sort of get into the craft of creating a song, you very quickly become sick of pop music. That's why usually a lot of artists that consider themselves real artists start bashing pop music at some point. And that's why also that the majority of pop artists aren't really musicians. I discussed this in a commentary. They're usually just singers, and it's because they've done a really great job at mastering singing, but they don't need to know the other elements of music, and so they're okay with just shit being totally basic in the background and having a sheet of lyrics handed to them for them to sing, because they're just into singing. They're really just singers. So I was surprised. I was just surprised to hear that from someone who, she's intellectual and she's artsy and whatever, and she measures the worth of song by poppiness. So I guess for some people that's just their motivation, right?
Exactly, man. Whatever, gets you through the day, I guess.
Holy shit, you guys have been blowing up the chat. I didn't even realize this.
Yeah, they're going fucking two schoolgirls on fucking the playground.
I don't know how
I'm
you
just jealous.
I can do one thing at a time, unless it's music.
You're damn straight up jealous. I can't fucking masturbate and watch porn at the same time. I can't fucking sit here and talk and fucking read your comments and read comments from other people and fucking focus on the kids. Jesus Christ, my fucking brain's about to explode.
So I know we're getting short on time. Sorry. See, I was looking at my phone and sort of kind of listening to you. I registered everything.
Just waiting for Sean to stop talking.
No, it's terrible. I hate that I do that, but I'm like that. I hate that. Sean, do you want to talk briefly about the new computer you got and the stuff we got going on?
Yeah, I just got a MacBook Pro on Friday. It's pretty sweet. Still learning the whole gist. I mean, if you have a PC and you have a Mac, there's a lot of differences and a lot of adjusting. I've been a PC guy forever, basically. I mean, I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, and I absolutely fell in love with them. And Surf has had a MacBook for years, and when I first saw it, it was really kind of difficult, but I thought it was just a great system. So picked up a MacBook Pro and trying to get the music thing going.
So for our viewers, I don't think we've really talked about it at length or whatever, but the idea is that I've had a lot of experience recording and doing musician type shit, and Sean has always had a profound interest in creating a recording setup. So that's the goal. I've got the studio space. Sean's got the capital to get us going, and so we're going to kind of work together as a team, and hopefully, well, that's how that works, right? I mean, you need investors, and Sean will be paid back.
He's my sugar daddy. I would like.
But it's cool because it's like a mutually beneficial relationship. Sean couldn't do it without a musician, and I couldn't do it without someone like Sean. So, and we both got the mutual interest. So, I think the basis will start to be the YouTube channel. We'll start to first we'll make the drum covers better, and then we'll start branching out. I can actually show you guys some of the original stuff that I've written. A lot of the hesitation for putting out the original stuff that I've written is that just recording quality. I don't have all the gear necessary. So hopefully we can put something cool together for you guys. So let us know if you guys are excited about that, because we are.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, it's something that Surf and I have been talking about for, a good 3 years, and now it's finally kind of kick-started. And
it's all happening.
Everybody's kind of settled down, and the YouTube channel's kind of, where it's at, and, we'll see where tomorrow takes us. But
I've had an aversion to YouTube lately.
You've had what?
An aversion to YouTube lately, and I mentioned it in my commentary today, but just because I've been doing it too much, because It's not a big deal to other people when you see like the 100 subscriber video, but that took like an extra 25 hours of work from me. Like I didn't hang out with my family at all that weekend just to get one video ahead. And in addition to my regular uploads. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
but,
it was a great video, and I'm glad to see it's getting some love. I know I texted you earlier, but
it didn't have enough of me in it, but that's fine.
Well, it's your fault for being fucking.
I mean, it sucks sometimes that only like a tenth of your subscriber base is actually viewing videos, but I mean, it is what it is. It's just.
Yeah, but right now you're at.
People are watching, right?
Yeah, you're at over 20% of your 500 sub 100 videos. So I mean, that's pretty fucking good, man.
It's exciting, man. So, but yeah, that's been my thing lately. Is I've been spending too much time doing it, and so I've been sort of like I just need to rebalance. Like I mentioned in my commentary, like I need to have time with family. I need to have. It sounds hippie-ish, but I need to have time in nature. If I'm not outside, if I'm inside all the time, especially in this fucking basement dungeon, in front of the computer all the time, I just start to get miserable after a little while.
I've been posting actually League of Legends videos.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I've been enjoying watching your shit. I like your commentary, like that you're just BSing over gameplays.
Well, cause like we're not serious about it, and we always drink when we play.
All right, I'm sorry. I need to decide what I'm gonna get from Taco Bell. So you guys talk amongst yourself while I look at the menu.
Well, I thought earlier we discussed that you weren't getting any food.
Well, James just texted me, so she must have gotten paid in cash from one of the parents at the studio.
Well,
the $5 box.
Should we like conclude the show and then you can make that decision, or?
Yeah, let's include the show. Guys, leave in the comments. Should I get from Taco Bell? And whatever you guys, as the host, would like to tell me to get. I'm looking at the menu now.
Well, I said
Volcano
conclude, but if you want to include, we can do that as well.
Volcano burrito.
Oh man, you can't go wrong with anything volcano.
Yeah, that's.
What is this? The smothered burrito? Ooh, I'm gonna tell Jamie to get me one of those.
Just one?
You're not that hungry today?
Oh no, it's gonna be in addition to many other things.
Have you ever had the volcano nacho surf?
I haven't had them in a long time.
Actually.
Yeah, I love the fucking volcano nachos, man. They have fucking that sauce on, which is already spicy. They got jalapenos on there, man. It's fucking pretty good. It's a fucking good good combination. I haven't had Taco Bell since Overdose 4 because the next day it was not a good day. I think we talked about that last episode, but it was not a good day. So.
All right, I'm getting the smothered burrito, the cheesy gordita crunch.
My nuts on your chin.
For the Christmas special, we could do a power hour. And I have Allie's album because I did the Kickstarter?
I'm gonna support her album and get the Kickstarter thing or whatever.
The Kickstarter's not on anymore because she got the money for the
legal fees.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, I know what you mean now. Okay.
Here, grab the USB stick. They're awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna get one for sure, dude. She was rad as fuck. She was super cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really was. She was really, really cool, and it was nice for her to come on. I mean, she didn't have to do that, but I mean, it was cool for her to come on, sing a couple songs, which is different for us. We're not, we're not used to someone singing. I mean, used to be ranting for, X amount of hours, but not, someone singing. Is it just me, or is this beer going down very, very easy today?
Now I want to go to DEF CON. Go check out the live show. It depends if, I don't know if she's playing on Saturday, too, because she said 3 days, I think.
2 days. She said 2 days.
2 days. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, I just blacked out while I was ordering my food.
It's okay. We all blacked out.
I'll see what time the show is on Friday, because I can make it out if it's at, 10.
What's the right down the hatch combo? Tim.
Why would Tim know that?
You just wrote it in the comments.
Oh, dude. That's funny.
All right, guys. Well, we're at 2 hours. Should we end it here?
Sure. So you can have your Taco Bell, you bitch.
He's got to wait for it.
I hope she brings it in the house and drops it.
I'm gonna smoke a giant bowl and then max out on Taco Bell and then get up tomorrow morning and go eat Grammy D's with Yellow Bus's grandpa.
I've never been to Yellow Bus.
Grammy D's is awesome, dude. I've been there a couple times.
I literally eat Grammy D's like 5 days a week with Tim's grandpa. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
We measure how well he's doing by his proclivity for Grammys.
You put like bets on like what time he like asks to go.
It's always right when I walk in the door, and I've sort of developed like a spider sense about it. I'll like walk in and I'll be like, Pete, we doing Grammys today? He's like, sounds good.
I mean, that's just a given. You come in, he's like, ah, you ready?
It's
You're
awesome.
like, I guess.
He's such a badass.
I
All right,
can't
guys.
wait to come home.
Well, thank you for joining us for Overdose 16. Allie, thank you so much for coming on. We really enjoyed your company, and we will get you guys
Come back
next week.
sometime. Come back sometime.
Yeah,
We
we'd
do
love
a
to have you
full
again.
power hour.
Full
Yeah,
power
for
hour.
sure.
Maybe for the Christmas special. All right, guys. Everyone be good. Peace in the Middle East.
Bye.